10% off. And guys, just so you know, the big box stores use Rebath to install their bathroom jobs because of their great reputation. In business for over 17 years, and if you really want to see what they're all about, visit their showroom, 436 in Altamont, right across from Kobe. You'll walk in and see some models set up. That's not what you're buying. That's just to show you what's possible with their catalog of products and great design ideas. Orlando's only top-to-bottom complete rebath remodeling company, and they do it right the first time. So take a minute, go to the website, check out the before and afters, and then book your appointment for your brand new bathroom at rebath.com.
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and the race is on to sell 500 new Kias this month. Every new Kia is clearance price with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP. And when you trade in your vehicle, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete to buy it, meaning you could get up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. Best of all, our friendly, non-commissioned sales team is here to help, not hustle. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TP004814. Negative equity refinanced expires 9/7/25.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
You know what's great? Your plumbing business is getting bigger. Here's the thing. The bigger your business, the bigger your pile of day-to-day tasks. Invoices, inventory, accounting. As you keep growing, so does the list. ServiceTitan is here to bring that list of tasks down to size. Our all-in-one solution for the trades makes managing your business needs, all of them, easier and faster than ever before. Learn how ServiceTitan can help manage the day-to-day of your business. Visit ServiceTitan.com, ServiceTitan.com, ServiceTitan.com.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The news News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Lots to get to today. From his Washington, D.C. safer to scientists discover a very bizarre new animal and the canceled megastar plotting a massive comeback right now. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. That's right. This is where we call on you to do something for us, if you don't mind. Just be an evangelist for the News Junkie radio show. Just tell somebody, hey, like, I enjoyed this show. I think you might give it a shot. If you want some friends to hang out with and you want some good content, all the viral stuff happening in the world, here's where you go. TheNewsJunkie.com. Point them to this radio station or send them a link to the podcast on the Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Better than I was on a Monday.
Yeah? Is this just a level of sobriety kind of thing? Or
no, it's just I think I slept bad on Sunday night, and it was one of the...
Tell me about it, man.
Like, I woke up and I could instantly feel that either I was getting sick or I had spent the entire night snoring, and I think it was the latter.
Yeah.
Because I passed out on the couch, and just like, there was a couple times... You ever get that good couch sleep?
Yeah,
where,
all day, every day.
Where you wake up and you know that you're not in bed, but you go...
Forget it.
Yeah.
I'll just stay
It's...
My couch is pretty comfy. I've done that before. Yeah. Every once in a while I'll do that. And I'll tell you, I still sleep like a little mongrel, like fighting for my space in the bed, like everybody's going to like attack me or something. But
I'm usually fighting the dog more than my wife.
I know I sound like an evangelist or like I'm vested in a million different ways, but the THC drinks, they help with my sleep too. I'm not saying there's some sort of like magical miracle thing, but they have helped out with a lot of things for me personally, and maybe they do for you too.
It's your magical miracle.
It's the Earth's magical miracle for now. I convinced myself that it's very Earth based. So it's even if I'm having the Cheech and Chong ones because we ran out of the nowadays, everything's good here. Nothing wrong with this.
The Cheech and Chong ones I get because on drinking days I drink Moscow Mules. Mm-hmm. And not even like very fancy ones. It's basically just vodka and diet ginger beer. And so when I looked at what they had available on the THC rack, the Cheech and Chong has a mule one. It's just, they're flavorless. They're zero carbs. There's not a lot of taste to them, in my opinion. So I just mix that with the ginger beer instead.
It happens. Yeah, look, it works sometimes. So here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse to see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a restaurant in Houston, Texas, Coovies Culinary Creations. I'm sure a delicious, delicious place to grab a bite to eat. So shouts out to Coovies. Have you guys seen this yet? Just
I
at a time?
I heard.
Well, you would have known. You would know if you have seen this before.
Well, I know I haven't seen it, but I think I heard about it.
Okay, they're having a little snackaroonie in this lovely Texas restaurant, and they're trying out. I mean, they have a spread. These two food influencers, which I envy them. I mean, they have like sides and like a whole plate of little sliders and what looks like wings.
This table looks like somebody who was really good at Tetris laid out the food for them.
True, and you know
all
what?
Fits together.
Yeah, but where do you put your elbows in the dirty napkins?
That's true.
I'm glad you pointed that out, C-Lane. I'm glad you pointed it out. Somebody put a lot of work into aligning everything on this table, and now our food influencers are gonna have a little bite. Boom. Boom.
Oh my God.
A car crashed smashes through the window of the restaurant.
Hey, man, you can't park here.
Completely, and like it looks fake. It's not, as far as I can tell. It is not like.
What's crazy is I bet as a food influencer or foodie, as they prefer to be called, they would never have thought to set up their camera and turn it on like a slow motion or high speed setting, because most foodies speed up the footage that they take. Yeah, or at least some of the ones that I know, they're like, you could tell everything's been sped up. So
I mean, by the way, when the car hits the window, they are so, well, obviously, they're so incredibly confused. Like, he grabs his partner and he's trying to like adjust himself in the moment as he's realizing, like, wait, what just happened? We were just hitting our little slider burgers together. We were going to have a nice little moment. And then out of nowhere, somebody drove through the side of the restaurant into their booth. Their exact booth got hit by this vehicle, and it absolutely rocked their worlds.
And
Glass
missed that
shards
dude
flying
by
everywhere.
like an inch.
Amazing that they didn't both die, honest to God. Huge shard of glass going right by her. He's covered in glass.
These are old windows.
They're chunky, right?
Those chunks of glass they don't make windows like that anymore. Now it's the glass that would fall into a bunch of tiny little, like, roundish kind of pieces. That's part of why they're so sliced up.
What's happening?
Is because of that glass.
Oh, that's from it.
Yeah, they're showing all of their, like, they have slices and dice. He's got a cut across the side of his face where a giant chunk of the glass. C-Lane might be right, but C-Lane,
you know,
I have
experience.
Oh, you broke a window one time. That's right.
That broke your butt, I thought,
with
right?
my ass, and it got cut up.
But if it was tempered glass, would that have made it easier for the vehicle to come further through? And
I don't know, because there were other things that were hindering the vehicle, like, you know, just the framing of the restaurant. There's probably some concrete outside that slowed it down. I think if the glass was tempered, they wouldn't be as cut up. They would still have cuts and stuff, but like, when you watch that slow-mo footage, there are huge, like, shards of glass that are now just knives strewing about everywhere.
Yeah, like chunks of it as floating through the air.
It's got that guy's tattoo
right there in the chest, and unbelievable. These two, I guess, are okay. TMZ said they spoke with the restaurant of the owner of the now damaged restaurant, who says the video is legit and that he was actually standing nearby when the terrifying moment unfolded. Imagine you're the restaurant owner and you're sitting there and you're going, "This is great. We're going to go viral. People are going to come in here and buy up.
We have brand new windows.
This is going to be so fantastic. Everybody's going to love this." And then
it's like a 100-year-old brick, but brand new windows is good too.
The moment you think you're going to get your good review, you're like, they're about to taste our sliders. This is going to go, oh my God. And somebody just plows into the place, which is not even the first video I've seen like that, if I'm honest with you. Just absolutely crazy. We shall see.
I think this is the closest I've seen the people be to where the car came through.
Yeah. There was one where they were
filming themselves too as YouTubers.
They were doing a podcast or something, or like
was it an emergency pod? It was an emergency pod, wasn't it?
Somebody recording at a restaurant just like that, and someone smashed right through the window of the place and interrupted their broadcast in so many words. So there you go, and you got to be careful out there. Never can be too safe. But with that out there, I did want to ask some questions, and one was based on a USA Today report today. And there was a USA Today report that came out earlier today, where they talked about things that are turning people off from going to restaurants. I don't know if crashing through windows is yet one of those things. I don't know if that's spread around as a big enough of an issue.
I think we'd have to see a lot more videos of this happening to start to be afraid of that.
It's one early on.
Like, I get it. Like, this year we've had a lot of plane crashes. Or a lot of aviation related news that
but that was first half of the year. Second half is looking like car through windows while you're eating.
Maybe it will be, but people have like said, all this news about planes and stuff has made me think about how I want to spend my vacation how I want to travel. I don't know that this specifically, unless you just had a lot of them, unless you just had so many cars through windows videos, that would be the weirdest.
Well,
epidemic.
it will change restaurants if anything like that happened forever, because I'm usually like, oh, look at that nice booth over there. Oh, I want to sit in that. And then if I start thinking that somebody's going to be crashing through the window, that'll change my decision. But for a lot of people
Suddenly
now,
all the restaurants are windowless, like Linda's La Cantina style.
This USA Today article says rude service, obviously, right? Like, obviously, if you think of the reasons why people are not going to restaurants and traffic to restaurants is down, rude service is obviously a big one. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if this is a local thing. I don't know if it's because I'll go to places where, you know, I know people who own the place, or they already do a great job. But the places that I go to in Orlando in particular, like, rude service is not something I run into that often. I just don't. I don't know if we're just doing that well with a lot of the hospitality in town, but I haven't run into a lot of it. In fact, a lot of the places that folks love to go to have fantastic service around here. So that hasn't really been a big one. The other one they suggested was turning people off, keeping them away from these restaurants, was long wait times. And I honestly don't even have really an issue with that. The only thing I have an issue with, and I have heard so many people reverberate this to me, okay? Restaurateurs, I know you're out there. I've heard so many people reverberate this to me. Now, I know this is something like the ABCs of owning a restaurant, but every once in a while, I think it's important to double and triple down on those. I've had so many people go, oh, I don't go to place X. Why? I don't go to place X because every time I would show up, no one would come over to me and acknowledge me for like 30 minutes. And it wasn't that the food was just taking forever. That's okay. If you're told we're busy, we're trying to get everything through, I'm so sorry, we're focused on your food right now. It is the fact that you don't get the acknowledgement. That is the turnoff for me, and I think for a lot of people. So when you show up, you're sitting there, no bartender, no server ever comes by and goes, hey, we're a little bit busy right now. I promise you I'll be with you in just a second. We really appreciate you coming in. That kind of thing is a world of difference in experiences for people.
Especially like if the place is not super busy. You go, what's the excuse there? Like if you go somewhere that maybe they usually have more of a dinner service than a lunch, but they're still open for lunch.
Yeah.
And it's just not that crowded. And you go, why can't I get a bartender over here? Why can't I get a server? Like, what's the deal?
That's frustrating. People get angry about that. Arnott on YouTube says service got worse after the minimum wage discussion started up. I don't think it's that. I honestly don't think it's that. Marla on YouTube says Orlando is definitely one of the top hospitality cities with our tourism. Maybe it's the same in other places where you're listening right now. Maybe you'll go like, hey, it's the exact same right here. What surprised me was, and these are like the reasons why people would literally walk out of a restaurant or at the least not return. And I am telling you, if you don't get any acknowledgement, that's a big one for me. But the third most popular answer of why you would just leave immediately from a restaurant, if they hand you a sticky menu.
Sticky menus are nasty.
And at first I thought to myself, that's happened to me a lot.
I don't think I've ever left because of it, but who hasn't gotten a sticky menu?
Is it because that's like maybe an indicator of like
cleaning those menus is always part of like the end of the shift job.
Yeah, your side work, right?
Yeah, so unless every single menu is sticky, someone didn't do their side work.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you do have a sticky menu, like maybe you have a bunch of stuff that you serve that has like syrup and all kinds of other stuff on
Sugar, yeah.
I've run into that for sure, but that was the third biggest reason.
Just a quick spray and a wipe is not that hard. There are some places I kind of expect the menus to be dingy, and I don't mind it. Like,
it's like a character trait.
Yeah, I'm not like excusing bad behavior, but I think there's some places that just like if you were at like a beach shack like place that has a lot of outdoor seating that where the menus are exposed to like salty air, I kind of give it a pass.
They give you the menu and you just put it against your hand. It sticks.
It smells like fish.
It sticks to the palm. Well, they said a third of people have left before ordering due to long waits. 1 in 5 or 20% have walked out because of rude staff. Sticky menus were sticky, or a sticky table were enough for 24% of people not to return to a restaurant.
I think a sticky table would bug me a whole lot more than a sticky menu. But like I said, I don't think I've ever left because of something like that. I do know that because of my wife's experience in the restaurant industry, one thing I will hear about immediately is if the menu has anything misspelled.
True.
Or any inconsistencies in the punctuation or capitalization of something. Why is this capitalized? Why is that not? Why are you using commas here and periods here? She finds that stuff immediately.
Isn't there a stunning amount of it, though? There's
sometimes,
a lot of it.
Yeah, sometimes.
There's a lot of it. You look at the menu and you be like, damn, how'd you miss this one? That's not great. So I want to toss that out as just a side quest today. If you don't go to restaurants anymore, let's help the restaurants out. When we see this kind of stuff in the USA Today, let's say what it is. What are the reasons why you haven't been going out? It's too expensive, sticky menus. What are the reasons why? I'd love to hear that today. So that's a side quest for you.
And I bet there's a lot of restaurants hearing this or seeing this in USA Today going, all right, guys, we need to step up our menu cleaning. Just maybe double it if it's not that much.
And it's like the ABC stuff. It's like, guys, make sure you greet people right away. Make sure you're nice to people. Make sure we're cleaning things up and we're making sure everybody has a nice little area. Those are the things that just remain true. eFresh Rocks on Twitch says price, money, cost. Those are the big issues for him. We'll see what yours are in just a bit. When we come back, a very big canceled star is readying a huge comeback. And I want to ask a couple of questions. One, is this comeback even possible? And two, what could you do to revive this career? All right? That's not Diddy, but not too far off. We'll talk about that.
That's my guess.
We'll get to this update on Washington, D.C. Are things actually better and safer in D.C. after the last couple of weeks? Let's hit the numbers. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what people think. This attorney general in Rhode Island busted on body cam, absolutely freaking out. You're going to hear from her. All that just in the first hour. We got a lot on the way. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
If you're just starting your commute this morning, there's no serious problems on the major roadways really affecting your ride. You're going to run into some familiar delays on I-4 through that amusement park area. Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before Sand Lake Road there on the Turnpike southbound. Before you hit the ramp junction where it meets State Road 429, there's a crash getting cleared up there as well. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Service Titan.
Commercial contractors want to win larger contracts, accelerate your workflows, and empower your team with increased productivity? Service Titan is the end-to-end platform that does all that and more. Get a free pair of Apple AirPods when you request a demo at servicetitan.com.
Hey folks, Jack here telling you now is the time to go solar and go to solarsource.com. That's because the 30% federal solar tax credit is in jeopardy of expiring at the end of this year. But now is the time to act to save 30% off solar. Go to solarsource.com and start the process and get your order in before August 31st to claim your 2025 tax credit and save up to 30%, slash your energy bills, and beat rising utility rates. Go to solarsource.com today and tell them Jack from Real Radio sent you.
Thinking about selling your home? Well, hold on to your packing tape. The Nickley Group can sell houses faster than you can find.
Hello! A huge star, a mega star, trying to mount a comeback. Who is it? Can they come back after what they did? We'll talk about that in a moment. I'm still looking for... Oh, hang on. Hang tight, folks. I'll wake up the cameraman. All right, we good? We are good.
I'm still looking for videos of the old days when gangs were roaming D.C. with abandon and unchecked. All I see now are videos where it's all quiet and great now. I think there's some flawed logic in what you're saying, and I'm sure you're coming from a good place, but I see a lot of people saying things like that. What I would tell you is sometimes it's easy to ignore that there are really shitty neighborhoods in these places. In D.C., 1,000%. 1,000%. There are these neighborhoods where things have degraded, where the cops don't want to go in and do anything, right? Where the cops could do the crackdown at any point in time, mind you, without the feds, which is a point a lot of people seem to, it flies right by them. Same thing is true in Chicago and these other cities. We can pretend that there aren't these areas where life has degraded, and it's degraded for poor people, and it's degraded for poor black people, much more so than anybody else. Or we can go, hey, absolutely we have issues in pockets and areas of these neighborhoods, and fixing that is indeed a good thing. And that's where I'm at. That's where I come at this from. So I think, yes, I think crime, carjacking, violent crimes in some neighborhoods in D.C. have been bad. Young teenagers, parentless, wandering, latchkey kids on the city have been responsible for the majority of that crime, and a lot of it even violent. And fixing that's good. Arnott says it's great to see DC residents post videos of how much better it is now. What I'm trying to do is sort like, hey, it's beautiful, I'm trying to go viral. And like, damn, my neighborhood has actually improved. And I feel safe going to my car, and I don't feel like people are going to steal stuff. We'll get into that in just a moment. I got some interesting things for that conversation, I promise you, right? We'll have fun with it, okay? Here we go, we're coming back. Hang on tight. Holding for copyright music. Holding for copyright music. Talk over the copyright music. All right, coming back.
To Michael. And more. iHeart 80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and make it your next preset.
iHeart Radio. Are you shopping for hurricane impact windows? Get your free quote now, reeswindows.com.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
something going on around here, and if it's going on, we're talking about it on the show, and if we're not, well, prod us to do so. Send us a dispatch with your thoughts over at thenewsjunkie.com or an email. If you want to be anonymous, put that on top. Tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. There is a celebrity, and I mean, like, I would say mega celebrity. I would say we could agree A-list celebrity who was full on canceled, who is trying to make a comeback right now. All right. And Weinstein. I know, like, Weinstein is that's out of luck. He's a little locked up for his comeback. I know, he gets little interviews with Candace Owens every now and then, but mostly he's not going to be hitting the streets and redoing things. But it must be a little tempting, right? Like, you can see certainly there's a bit of a sea change going on socially, and there has been. And you're like, okay, like, if life and work is sort of this double dutch. You guys know what double dutch is?
Of course, I'm from South Florida.
Yeah. Double dutch jump rope.
Things. Yeah, jump rope.
If life and work is sort of like a double dutch jump rope thing, and you're sitting out and you're watching and you're waiting for the moment that you could jump in the perfect time.
You either look cool or you're going to eat ass.
Yes, when you're wearing that out. And if you're like a canceled star, I think there's a bit of that, like, on the sideline where you go, all right, okay, am I all right? And then what's my moment? Okay, boom. And then you go for it. and you try to reinvent your career in some way. Some people are really, really hesitant about this, and they wait, I think, way too long. Like Aziz Ansari, like that guy, he was exploding. His career was doing so well. And then he has these stories come out about how he had some weird dates and people complain about them. And then things got so bad that, like, I think he produces some things still, but he's been kind of MIA for a while. Other stars will wait like 3 seconds for that double Dutch moment. And Louis C.K. will be like, okay, I'm going in. I'm not waiting any longer. I'm doing this right now. Not Louis C.K., not Aziz Ansari. This megastar A-lister that is trying to plot his comeback right now is Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer, which a lot of people forgot about. And if I'm honest, there was some creepy stuff about Matt Lauer.
Tell me he's selling buttons that go into your desk that lock the door of your office.
Let's see.
That would be an interesting attempt at trying to get back in people's graces.
I'm just saying he knows how it works.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Matt Lauer.
He couldn't even do a Staples commercial with because there's buttons in it.
Who was on the Today Show for a very, very long time. Huge star, very, very rich guy.
See, this is weird. I know he's a huge celebrity. He is a very famous name. Mm-hmm. He was on a lot of people's televisions. Yeah. I don't find him, when I hear the word star, Matt Lauer, I do not think.
No.
Star seems like Hollywood star, rock star.
Yeah, but
is
he's
there
also
such thing as a news star?
Yeah, I mean, he was in movies as Matt Lauer.
Yes, but to the point, it does kind of limit your comeback opportunities.
Yeah,
because like, if you're Matt Lauer, your comeback opportunity has to be like a talk show host or like something like that. I mean, if we use a comparable, and I'll grant you that it's not the best comparable, but Chris Harrison got bounced out of the whole Bachelor world when that whole thing was imploding, right? And they started to get crazy political, and some of the viewers were like, oh, the Chris Harrison that defended this person, all of this stuff that doesn't really matter much to normal people. And they bounced him out, and then Chris Harrison tries to come back, and he comes back with like a podcast or something. Right. Unless the podcast is a runaway train of success after your cancellation, then people are going to be like, you got dusted. Your career is over, and you're not going to recover from this.
I would also imagine, just based on the importance of that Bachelor process to the network that airs it, was ABC airs The Bachelor.
Yeah.
I would have to think that if he came out with a podcast and he still had to like respect this NDA that he probably has, you know,
boring podcast, not subscribing.
Exactly. What do we care?
Yeah. You're going to want some drama. I would think, but I've seen people again try to do the double Dutch too fast. I remember Richard Quest from CNN. I know I talk about him all the time, but I just love the story. I just think it's so great. Richard Quest was a British correspondent for CNN, and you can look him up. And he was always into the royal family stuff and whatnot. And he got busted. I believe he was high on meth in the middle of Central Park trying to solicit sex with strangers with
was it summer break or something? God.
With a noose tied around his genitals. And the cops arrested Richard Quest from CNN. And that dude was back on TV like within a couple of weeks.
Good for him.
Also, what channel? Was it still there with CNN?
Still CNN for a while, yeah. I don't know if he's still on CNN, but he did it for a while.
Of all the Richards that I think should have gone by Dick, his would have been great.
Dick Quest.
Yeah. Right.
Sounds like what my friend John does on weekends.
You guys remember a lot of these because we literally did this show doing all these viral moments through this happening. Do you remember the guy on CNN who started pleasuring himself during a Zoom call?
Talk about a throwback.
Oh, hang on. Let me see if I could get that.
Wait, was the Zoom call over? He just didn't, or he didn't mute his camera?
Yeah.
Yes.
But he had like opened up the porn window over the Zoom. I totally remember this. Yep.
Jeffrey Toobin was his name. And I remember when he came back, it was so great. We'll relive this together. We'll relive this together. Here we go.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello, Allison.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, indeed.
I feel like we should address what's happened in the months since we've seen you, since some of our viewers may not know what has happened. So I guess I'll recap. I'll do the honors.
Help yourself.
Okay. In October, you were on a Zoom call with your colleagues from the New Yorker magazine. Everyone took a break for several minutes, during which time you were caught masturbating on
she
camera.
straight up said it.
Damn, she went
for it. For the scientific term.
Oh, my gosh.
Pleasuring yourself, doing something inappropriate, I figured they would say, but she just said, oh, God.
There's always like this kind of moment when you mount your comeback where and this guy came in hot. It was a couple of months, I think she said, right? People are going to wonder where you've been for the last couple of months. And this guy's like right back into the fire, baby. Bring me in there. I got to go back on TV.
Like, so you were caught masturbating.
Yeah, everyone is on break, and your break was a little bit different because you were masturbating.
Hey, remember that time everybody saw you masturbating or heard you?
I like to think this woman keeps it up behind the scenes. Hey, Jeffrey, doing your best not to masturbate today? Okay.
If
great,
only I
have a
could
good
send her
one.
the 20-page masturbating euphemism list that I have built up all these years.
So that's how it goes. Like, it's super awkward, and you got to make that comeback, and you got to, you got to like kind of own it in some ways. Matt Lauer, that happened. I'm looking at his wiki here, and it says on November 29th, 2017, NBC News announced that Lauer's employment had been terminated. Let's see if we could go back on that one, too, because I remember how dramatic it was when they announced, like, Matt Lauer fired. Let's see. It was so dramatic. Here it is right here, I think. Is this it? Hang on.
Today, and Hoda's here with me this morning because this is a sad morning here at Today and at NBC News. Just moments ago, NBC News Chairman Andy Lack sent the following note to our organization.
Moments ago?
Colleagues, on Monday night, we received a detailed complaint from a colleague about inappropriate sexual behavior in the workplace by Matt Lauer. It represented, after serious review, a clear violation of our company's standards. As a result, we have decided to terminate his employment. While it is the first complaint about his behavior in the over 20 years he has been at NBC News,
Too bad,
we
buddy.
were also presented with reason to believe this may not have been an isolated incident.
Ooh, and they got to go on, and they do this whole thing where they're like, no longer here, Matt Lauer.
I love that they say it was not an isolated incident. It may not be. Did they consider that whomever at the building installed the button that shut and locked his office door?
You know, that's a good point that I don't know that we've talked enough about. I know Matt Lauer probably didn't install the button. Who installs the button?
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Who are the...
He had to get the green light from somebody of authority.
Let's see if that's in his actual wiki entry on this whole incident as he's trying to make a comeback here. But they had to do this whole thing, and it's like awkward, like, our friend and colleague.
Right now, we do not know more than what I just shared with you.
He's gone.
We will be covering this story as reporters, as journalists. I'm sure we will be learning more details in the hours and days to come.
If you remember, around this time, people were just dropping like flies. Like, it was happening all over the place. Matt Lauer was announced. That was November 29, 2017. An unidentified female NBC employee reported that Matt Lauer had sexually harassed her during the 2014 Winter Olympics in Russia. This was, I believe, the impetus for the morning show on Apple. I think that was like sort of like the whole thing, kind of.
The morning show was already in production. And
was it?
A lot of people... a good parallel, nonetheless.
And I think because it's from Brian Stelter's book, and he's so closely covered all that. It's interesting. Maybe you might be right.
Then there might have been something else that happened that they pivoted to, because the morning show did a lot of pivoting to current events on their show. Like
they did COVID, wildfires, sex scandals.
Would you guys? In Catch and Kill, you know Ronan Farrow, right? You remember the writer Ronan Farrow? He was one of the ones who was like doing a lot of these stories.
And his famous mom is Mia.
Yeah, he said in the book that Matt Lauer not only raped this unnamed person at NBC, but in an unconventional way, let's say. That's how this went down. It says there were additional sex encounters after the initial incident. She said those were transactional, only done out of fear. He said some of what is being said about me is untrue or mischaracterized, yada, yada, yada. 2 weeks after that, a former Today production assistant made additional accusations saying she had a consensual sexual relationship with Matt Lauer in June of 2000. She said that was an abuse of power on his part. People are going to care less about that, honestly, than they would about the very damaging accusations right before it. According to Farrow, Today Show booker Melissa Lohner claims that Lauer exposed himself to her in 2010 at an NBC cocktail party, taking it a little too literally. He denies this claim and through his lawyer says he will not take part in the marketing circus of this book. So Matt Lauer, after all that, is saying, like, I'm coming back, baby.
Where is he
I'm
coming
doing
back
it.
to?
I'm going to have my moment. He's plotting, and they're calling it an almost impossible comeback.
Oh.
And I wonder, like, I think people
so is
are pretty...
he the only one that announced it? Is that what makes it impossible, that no one else is on board?
Possibly. The audience isn't necessarily signing up for this. You know why I think Matt Lauer has a pretty impossible comeback planned here? I would suggest, and I might be wrong about this, but I'm just going to go with my gut on what the demo is. Matt Lauer's from the Today Show. The Today Show has, I would guess, Celine, look up Today Show demographics, if you don't mind. You can correct me if I'm being an idiot. I would guess that the Today Show leans women. I would guess 60-40 women to men would be my guess. Like a daytime TV show does. A little less than The View or something, because it's a little earlier and more general audience, but probably a lot of the fan base is women. So you're not sitting there making it up to a bunch of guys that might be like, all right, well, we'll give you another chance, Lauer. All right, get out here and don't screw it up again. Just admit your wrongs. There's going to be a lot of women who look at this in a very different way, and I don't think they would just kind of welcome a Matt Lauer back on, certainly not the Today Show. Like, I think that would be weird. I think they'll let that chimp back on the Today Show before they let Matt Lauer back, And by the way, I think that was the Today Show. Another fact check.
It's only showing me like age and person's demographics. I don't have gender here.
All right. Well, fact check me on the second part. Which morning show had a chimpanzee? Which morning show?
Did it rip someone's face off?
No. It was like it was a stunt for ratings, and they go, the newest member of our show, a chimpanzee.
And he has a tie.
It was the Today Show.
Was it? Okay.
Became a regular in 1953 and served as a mascot until 1957.
What was his name?
His name was J. Fred Muggs, and is known for his antics, including wearing diapers, imitating characters, and even playing the piano.
And having a button on his cage that closes the door.
J. Fred Muggs is coming back into the Today Show before you are.
J. Fred
right?
Muggs is dead.
He probably is, but he's still more likely to make a return to the Today Show than Matt Lauer. Can he have a comeback story? What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. Record your video, audio dispatch there, or send an email. Tips, TIPS, thenewsjunkie.com.
Sabrina,
We'll get to those.
I would never have contested you on the fact that J. Fred Muggs is dead, because it just seems like J. Fred Muggs should be dead.
All the animals that we grew up loving are
You said
dead.
the 50s. Yeah.
According
He's
to
old.
his Wikipedia page, J. Fred Muggs is alive.
No way.
No.
And he's 73 years old.
No.
Where does he live?
I don't
Get him on the phone.
I thought you just said it was from the 50s.
Yeah, he was born March 14th, 1952.
Okay, now I'm in a wormhole.
And the chimpanzee from the Today Show is still up. He might come back.
Dude,
Bring him back.
chimpanzees
In fact,
live.
the chimpanzee from the Today Show is 5 months older than my father.
They say generally live longer than those in the wild, obviously captivity. Some living into their 60s and even 70s. So if you were...
Wow. Holy cow. Somewhere Bubbles and is Bubbles alive? And
Bubbles, I
Jay,
think, is dead.
Jay Muggs out there just talking about life.
Wonder
Just
if
enjoying
Dunstan
themselves.
from Dunstan Checks In is still around.
Or are they doing that thing with the Beans dog and just keep replacing it, not telling anybody?
Oh,
Sabrina,
yeah.
I don't want to correct you because Bubbles was born a very long time ago, but Bubbles the chimpanzee is very much
How
still
old
alive.
is Bubbles? I don't understand this.
42
Sabrina
years
is
old.
slaughtering chimpanzees unnecessarily.
It's the one fact that I thought I had. Eventually, the animals and people we love die.
No.
But I
and
guess,
by the way,
give me one more shrimp and I'll tell you if it's dead or alive.
people don't remember this, but Bubbles was maybe the ugliest chimpanzee of all the chimpanzees. Like he's
because it let Michael Jackson dress it.
Yeah, it might have. It's not helping
Hey,
for sure.
give you a face regimen.
All right, think about what your thoughts are on this and respond to the show with your dispatches and emails. We're going to get into what's happening in D.C. Is Washington, D.C. safer? And I have a couple of things that I want to talk to around that discussion because I think it's going to be interesting. So we'll work on that a little bit. When we come back, an app that is a game changer for a lot of people out there, that is making them more successful, that is making them more efficient and professional in their lives. This is an app that I think could change things for you. And I want to talk about it. What is it? We'll get into that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Runaway train, never going back. Wrong way.
Five Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dodd.
Hey everybody, it's a Share the Show Tuesday, so please do me a big solid. A big fat solid. If you don't mind, please like the stream. Maybe you love me. Maybe you like me. Maybe you deal with me. Maybe you dislike me. Maybe you hate me. Maybe you really hate me. But it only takes just 1 second of your time to hit that like button and to share the show on a Share the Show Tuesday. And honestly, for me to you, I mean this, for me to you, I would appreciate it if you just took a second and hit the like button. Thank you.
It just reminded us constantly that they had power, that their AC was running, that their lights are on, that a lot of the creature comforts that the hurricane removed from
Okay, hang on 1 sec.
just alive and well over there. Make that be.
I did have an email I had to address, so give me 1 second.
Call Solar Installers of Florida. They want to help you go solar right now because it's the cheapest time that you can go. It's the federal tax credit is still there until about the end of December, and then it just goes away, and that could save you a lot of money. So give them a call. Add a battery to your system, and so that when the power gets knocked out, you're in the clear. You're good to go. And if you tell them ceiling from the
Excellent.
we'll knock off an additional $500.
Excellent.
Get a quote in 5 minutes or less by calling 407-777.
Chat, a little exciting news. We have an unban request. We have an unban request. You know how unban requests are dealt with here on the stream. And if you don't, I'll tell you. When somebody gets banned, you get just yeeted off into space, and you get banned from whatever platform you're being obnoxious on or breaking the rules. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/rules to see that. When you get banned, you can always, because I want to always leave the door open for people to redeem themselves and come back into the community. I'm not a big person who just says people are irredeemable, cancel them, get them out of here. You can always go to thenewsjunkie.com, scroll to the bottom, and there's an unban request, okay? We have an unban request for somebody that's been banned. When those come in, I will read them to you on the stream, which we'll do today, maybe in the next hour or so. I will read the unban request that they have sent in, and you guys will vote whether the person is unbanned or not, okay? 2 minutes and we're coming back. 2 minutes and we're coming back on the show.
No question, guys, early detection saves lives. And when you consider that 30% of Americans will drop dead of a heart disease, and in some of those cases, the very first symptom you get is...
Quick question for you. With this app that's sort of taking off right now that I want to talk about here, that's a bit of a game changer, I want to ask you the simple question. Do you wish you were on your phone less? Do you wish you spent less time on your phone, apps, social media, whatever it is that you're doing? Yes or no? Do you wish you spent less time on your phone? That's the question I have going into this. Yes or no? Yes? Yes? I'm a big yes. I'm a big yes. I wish I used my phone for this during the show and then didn't touch it for the rest of the day. I wish Courtney never used her phone.
Why?
Because you use your phone too much.
No, I don't.
Because you're addicted
I don't use my phone that much at all.
to the internet.
I don't really use it that much.
I only have a minute left. I gotta go back. What do you got going on?
Going for a run.
Okay. Have a great run out there. Don't get kidnapped. If somebody comes after you, pepper spray them in the face, okay?
Okay.
All right. Love you. Bye. right here. God bless everybody.
Repair, or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay, things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Lowe's knows you need durable power tool accessories that are built to last. The new DeWalt Elite Series delivers the strength and reliability pros need and is available exclusively at Lowe's. Shop in store or online today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Take a seat. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy ourselves. Maybe see some drama along the way. Learn more about the show. Go over to the website. Record yourself a dispatch even over at thenewsjunkie.com. I was just asking the chat, and it was fairly unanimous, and I'm in full agreement with them on this. The question is, do you wish that you spent less time on your phone? And for me, that's like a pretty solid yes. Like, I wish I was spending less time on different apps, on just like overall just kind of staring at my phone, the endless scrolling. We all kind of do this thing. We've done this multiple times on the show where we look at the activity on our phone, how many hours a day we use the phone, how many pickups, like how many times you pick up your phone and look at it. And it does kind of take over your life. It does. It's one of those things where if you watch old videos, one of the most amazing things is I saw a video of a concert from the 90s the other day. Nobody had their phone out, obviously, right? Nobody had their phone out. Everybody was in the moment.
There was like one guy with a camcorder.
People were just, they were completely different in terms of how they spent so much of their time and were craned down staring into our phones now. So there's an app, and I want to pitch this app to you guys. And tell me if you would ever use this or if you think it's lame. All right? It's fine. You can think it's lame. I just think it's kind of an interesting idea that they're doing here. And what they want to do with this is shut down the amount of time specifically that you spend on like social media apps. But whatever.
Instagram, Twitter, y'all see
anything on your phone. Here's how it works. You guys have heard of a Tamagotchi before.
Yeah.
I killed two of them.
All right, Tamagotchi is if you're a Zoomer or something.
When they died, did you just like hit reset and you got a brand new Tamagotchi?
You
or?
bet. But then when like the actual little battery died, it was trash time.
Yeah. Those things only lasted so long. And this little device is about the size of like a golf ball or something, and maybe like an eyeball. And you held it in your hand, and there was a tiny little black and white screen on there, and you had a little creature. The creature was a Tamagotchi. And you would feed the Tamagotchi, I don't know, I'm assuming like water, give the Tamagotchi water and play with it. And, you would do all the things that you might do to an actual animal. If you didn't, the Tamagotchi would start being sick or crying or being upset. And that was this game that some Asian somewhere came up with that was genius in grabbing young kids' attention. It's kind of like that. This new app is called Focus Friend. And it's a productivity app, right? That's supposed to get you off of your phone, off of the other apps that are no good. And on this, you have this really, I must say, adorable little dude. He's your little buddy on the app. And I don't even know what he looks like. Maybe he looks like a bean with little arms and legs.
Huh.
And you got your little guy who's your Focus Friend. And he's in his little world, like a little room that you have him in.
I'm getting a Sims vibe here, but like 64-bit? What is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's not very graphics rich, you might not say, but he's a cute little bean-looking guy.
Hank Green, I'm familiar with him.
Who's that? I know the name. I recognize the name.
If
Hank Green.
I am correct, his brother is the one who wrote a bunch of really awesome like youth novels that I read as
John Green?
Yeah.
This is John Green. Yeah. John Green.
Hank Green, I believe, is his very smart brother that I see on TikTok all the time.
He came up with a bunch of apps like Honeybee Games is the name of the company that he made, and some other things. But now it's in the top 2 apps, top 2 in productivity, top 5 in all free apps in the App Store right now. And you have this little character, and I think he might be a YouTuber. I think, or his brother is or something. But the idea is if you start using the apps that are on your block list, it starts killing your little buddy, your little friend.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's one way to get into people's heads.
Yeah. So like you got your little buddy, and he's like, "Hey, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day today." And he'll chill with you, and you spend time like encouraging him and nourishing him. And if every moment you go on TikTok, it's like putting him in the microwave. He's melting and dying, and you build up his little room, his little like corner of the world, and you can earn decorations. If you have focus time where you're not using your apps and stuff, you can build up the little house around him and customize him and whatnot.
Then you have to use that app in order to see your progress?
Kind of. Yes. You're using one for the other a little bit. But when you do all of that, and like the thing is, Sabrina, the time away from your phone, the focus time is what earns you the ability to make the changes to your little buddy in this app. Focus Friend is the name of it again.
Interesting.
Right? And the beauty of all of this is every moment that you're on TikTok, you're just going to be thinking about how your little focus friend is dying. He is like getting hit with a social ray gun and it's frying him. And then you go on TikTok and doom scroll for an hour. And then you go back to look at your little buddy on Focus Friend, and he is ripped.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Or has
He's
pooped
on the
everywhere,
ground.
just like Tamagotchis.
Things are not going well for him. It says, presenting Focus Friend a cozy focus timer. When you focus, your bean friend will focus. Let your bean complete their work and get prizes to buy decorations. If you interrupt your bean by turning off the timer, that'll be really, really sad.
Never interrupt the bean.
Complete your focus session, and the cute bean will give you prizes to buy decorations to help furnish their room. Perfect for anybody who struggles with long sessions of concentration. Focus Friend is for students and beyond. Now, I know some of you, especially the boomers amongst us, are going to be like, you want to get off your phone? Throw it in the river. Or like, just stop using it. Have you tried that? Maybe young people might respond. Some of these younger kids out there on their phones way too much might respond in different ways.
Oh, it would help them even more if the Focus Friend could alert and start dying when they pop a Zin in.
True. Their worlds might collapse if you just start killing them with everything that's bad. Like you pick up the vape and your little bean friend dies. Like one after another, all of these things start affecting you. And I get it. People will laugh at this. They will scoff at this. It's like on Shark Tank one time when somebody had a cookie jar that had a lock on it, and the lock would only open for specified cookie times. And you could not just randomly snack and have your cookies. It was very particular.
Oh, they have that for actual phones as well.
Yeah, there's a phone lock thing like that I've seen too. Yeah.
Question: was that a successful Shark Tank presentation, or did they laugh them off?
I don't know. There was a lot of like, what if they're just fat and they break the glass and eat all the cookies? And yeah, that's possible.
Or they could just be an adult and go get more cookies that are not locked in a box.
I think this is kind of an extension, personally, of what's already on your iPhone and your Android device, where you get that little report each week, and it's like, here's how much time you spent looking at the dumb screen, the screen of death. It's like an extension of that, where now it's like a little fun game to play to see how long you can stay away from your phone. What do you think? Let us know. Would you ever do this? Is this stupid? Do you hate it? Are you out if this is Shark Tank? Are you in? What do you think? Let us know. And you can find it yourself by looking for Focus Friend in the App Store. It's one of the most popular apps. Actually, it's now up to #1 in productivity and really taking off because people are interested in this. But are you? Let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record your dispatch right now. All right, we'll see what your thoughts are and get into that momentarily.
It's weird.
We got
in the description for that focus friend, they call it an ADHD friendly focus helper or something like that.
Really?
I wonder if they have to disclaim that somewhere that says that statement has or has not been evaluated by the FDA.
What does that mean?
It
ADHD
depends.
friendly.
ADHD could be you are not going to remember because you can't physically see it there. And all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, that thing, it's dead now. Or you're so hyper focused on it that you won't do anything else that's actually productive in your life.
I don't know if this is like a thing that I just hadn't heard of before, but ADHD friendly says refers to environments, products, or practices that are designed to be easier for individuals with ADHD to use, engage with, often by reducing or removing common challenges associated with the condition. This can involve simplifying tasks, minimizing distractions, and promoting organization. So I guess, yeah, it's like made for people who are like easily distracted and stuff, and they make it easier.
Yeah, but could we just slap ADHD friendly on whatever we want? I mean,
maybe.
Who's in control of this? If we still had the News Junkie app, could be like, ooh, the News Junkie, very ADHD friendly. They love it, those little kids.
Meanwhile, speaking of slap, every grandpa in the world would just slap you in the face and go, just stop using your phone, dummy. You need a little bean friend to do it. We've got people commenting on this, and we'll get to that feedback in just a bit. Also, we're going to talk about is what's happening in Washington, D.C. working? What's going on? What's happening over there? And an attorney general in a meltdown caught on video. More on Hurricane Aaron, all of that, and that's just in the next hour. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Smell that? It's almost football season. Hear the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season here on Real Radio 104.1, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law, clausmanlaw.com.
If you're just starting your commute this morning, there's no serious problems on the major roadways really affecting your ride. You're going to run into some familiar delays on I-4 through that amusement park area. Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before Sand Lake Road there on the Turnpike southbound. Before you hit the ramp junction where it meets State Road 429, there's a crash getting cleared up there as well. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8.
Hey everybody, share the show Tuesday. Make sure you like the stream. Greatly appreciated. I'll tell you what, I like you. I think you're fantastic. I think you're really something else.
And looking at all of the glass, just giant shards that are flying everywhere, very dangerous for people.
Honestly, you're good looking, you're interesting, and I think you're a great person.
That means when you sell your house, the warranty transfers with it. That increases the value of your home, and now, knowing that you have the hurricane impact windows that are more energy...
What's happening in Texas legislature right now is crazy. They're keeping a state representative there against her will until she signs a consent form to have a police overseer 24 hours a day.
Get a free quote today.
Well, that's weird.
Register to win $15,000 in free windows.
Send me an email, and I'll take a look at it on the show.
That's WOW to 20129 for Reese Windows. For more information about contests on this station.
I don't like that. Honestly, I know there are reasons for rules of attendance when addressing matters like they have in Texas. So if you don't have enough people for what they call quorum, you can't vote on things, you can't change things. So therefore, people kind of abuse that power by fleeing the state, and then, oh no, we can't do anything until they come back or until a certain amount of time has passed. And they're just going to pass the legislation. It's sort of a tyranny of the minority strategy, right? You don't have the ability to win. You didn't put forward enough candidates that can make the effective changes that you want to take. So you use the tyranny of your minority to leave so nobody else can do anything. I think they should change the quorum rules so that if you are present and there's no reason, you're in the state or whatever, you're anywhere, and there's no legitimate reason for you not to be there for matters of voting, then too bad. Then the voting goes on, right? everybody can't really fake calling out sick or whatever. Like, there could be a way to button that up, so I think it would be better than, I don't know, if they have a police officer following these folks 24/7, or that's stupid. That's dumb. Can you just post the email here? No. No, no, no. Live from Live Aqua Cancun, says Tanya. Hi, Tanya. How's Cancun? How you doing? Such a great time? Nice. Must be nice. Hi, Sean. I sent you an email about Vegas mini bars. I have that queued up and ready to go. I think we'll get that into that and a couple other emails I have in the segment after this. But I'm excited to see it. Also, I think Panera Bread may owe you some money. Mailbox money from Panera Bread, potentially on the way. Can I tell you, confession style, I saw the photos from the poker tournament. I am so mad at myself. I am so mad at myself. I looked at the photos for the poker tournament, and you guys look great in them. Those of you who came out to the event, took some pictures, you look great. I'm so mad at myself for not listening to me. Me. When I left the house that day, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, you know what? I don't like this Roosevelt's shirt I have on. I don't like the fit of it. I don't like the look of it. I don't like what's going on. But I felt pushed a little bit. A lot of other people who go to the poker tournament each year at the Science Center will dress up and they all look good. I was like, I could elevate at least a little bit and put on the shirt. I regret it. I regret that decision. I look terrible in the photos. I look terrible in the photos. There, I said it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I love the photos, Sean. I mean, it's not that the photos were bad. It's just that I looked subpar in the photos. And I blame that shirt. Avendasaurus said, I look good, though. Everybody else looked good. AJ Soup says, I thought you looked great. That's because you're nice. That's because you're a nice person. We need to see the shirt. You can see it out there somewhere. Alicia says it was a nice shirt. And somebody says I'm blaming the shirt. I'm not blaming the shirt. The shirt on its own was all good, but it wasn't good for me. It was not a good choice. It was not a good fit. And I just looked bad. I just looked bad. All right, let's see. Let's get back to it. I want to talk about this woman who, well, a lot of people are saying they can fix her. A lot of people are saying they can fix her. But first, we're going to get to the D.C. stuff. Hang tight, here we go.
You can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Radio. 104.1.
Filling in the gaps between the New York Times and World Star. This is
are things in Washington, D.C.? Is it better? Have things improved? We'll look into that here in just a moment. You can join us on the show, and your feedback is coming up in just a bit. Send your emails to tips, at thenewsjunkie.com. One of the things that stuck out to me recently, thinking about Washington, D.C., policing, different things that we could do to make everybody's life better. Like that's in a really simplistic way. That's the way I like to think about communities. Like what can we do to make life better for the most amount of people? Outcomes are what is important to me. I don't care at all about partisan politics and teams and, Republicans, Democrats. I care about outcomes for the most people, not like targeting some tiny little group or whatever. And like, let's rearrange everything around them. The best outcomes for the most people is what I'm looking for. And one thing that I saw that kind of had me thinking about this a bit was it wasn't Washington. And boy, I don't know if I'll be able to pull this up here on the show. Maybe you could find this as we're talking about it. But somebody posted online and they said, I went back to my car and I found this. And when they went back to their car, tucked underneath the windshield wiper was a report card. And the report card, and I've heard of this before, the report card was for what you left behind in your car. Like, was your car stealable?
Oh, like the cops dropped it.
Yeah, the cops left a report card. Send that to me if you can find it.
Yeah.
And I've seen these before. Like, there's a report card they leave on your car, and it says, you left valuables in clear view. You did this, you did, and then here's your score because you didn't do things correctly. Here it is. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, this is it. It says, cops left a burglary report card on my vehicle, and this was in Arlington, Texas, apparently. This is a different one than I was looking at, but it's the same exact thing. And this one says passed. And if you don't pass, it'll be like you left stuff in your car, like valuables in your car. You left the keys in your vehicle. Who the hell does that anymore? You left your window open. You do that, bud? Are you leaving your keys in your nice truck?
I have not left my keys in the I'm sure that it's happened once or twice. Mm-hmm. For the most part, I have not, because I have a pretty solid habit of wanting to hear that horn honk from the clicker, on the way as I'm walking away. But there have been a couple times in my wife's car where we have just left. I mean, might as well have been a sign that says free car. I think we left the trunk open once.
Really?
I left the car on
and it's a hatchback, like not just the trunk. Like it's a you could just
reach jump into
there.
The car.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad you said that, and here's why. Because when I see this, when I see this kind of stuff, and we talk about bad neighborhoods, and we talk about like sending the feds into D.C. so like the National Guard can crack down on crime and stuff. When we talk about all of this, there's an element of this where the police like to turn the lens back on you. And when they show you your vehicle burglary report card, like at the end of the day, there should be no vehicle burglary report card. I should be able to leave behind a stack of money in my car, and that shouldn't. It's almost like she wore a skirt so short. Didn't she know they were going to try to attack her sexually? Right?
Mm.
Like you had it coming, babe. This is what I get the vibes off of this. It's like, shouldn't I be able to park my car out in public somewhere and not have the police go, well, you know what you did here? You left a backpack on the passenger seat.
I know why you're making this argument. We all know why you're making this argument, because you were once told by cops, well, dummy, why didn't you lock your front door?
True. That's true. That's a fact. Yeah. Somebody busted into my house, and then the cop said, was the door locked?
Opened the door. They didn't bust. They didn't have to bust. They just opened the door.
Yes. Yeah. But somebody was there. Okay.
Yeah.
Like somebody was in the house. Somebody was staying there. And they go, was your door locked? And I was like, no, somebody was here. And the cop said, well, you need to lock your door at all times.
So what's the point of the security downstairs and the key fobs?
Yeah.
Officer?
Just, that does matter, actually. It does matter. This was in an apartment building, a high-rise building, where there was downstairs security, allegedly, and all sorts of other stuff that you think might prevent that. But their idea was not even true. Not even that in that case, they would have said like, hey, if you leave your house, make sure you lock it because it's not going to be safe. Somebody could come in here. It was even more in that case. They're like, even if you're home, lock the door. And all of a sudden, the cops start embracing this thing where it's like we're bending over backwards and we're rearranging our lives based on the criminals. And I never like that. It doesn't land well. It doesn't sit well with me. I'm like, no, why don't you arrest the people who are breaking into cars till we get to the point so that we don't have to worry about if a purse is left on the seat, having the cops send you a little vehicle report card and you failed, which, by the way, if you're a car thief, what an excellent thing to follow. You follow the cops and go, all right, this one's a fail. What do we got? Okay, all right, thank you, officer. Here we go. Here's what I'm stealing out of this vehicle. But I always found that to be kind of an odd thing. It's like taking the victims and going, you should change everything. You should change your life. But in some ways, it's important what C-Lane mentioned, right? Because C-Lane's like, sometimes we leave the trunk open or we won't lock the car. Or we won't do this. We won't do that. And people would go, well, what'd you expect to happen? You got robbed? Well, you left the car open. Of course that happened. I mean, it's all kind of the same thing. It's like, it goes back to the stories that your parents used to tell. They'd be like, back in my day, they didn't even have locks on front doors because nobody would break into your home. You didn't have to lock. You just had an open door and nobody would dare to take your stuff.
And then, when they started needing the locks because of crimes and all, they came out with what always to me as a child, I don't know if it made it sound stronger, but it definitely sounded like more serious. They're like, we have to lock the deadbolt.
Uh-huh.
The deadbolt.
But is that the same thing? Because in my mind, I'm like, well, I do lock the deadbolt.
Mm-hmm.
I lock the front door. I lock the back door. I make sure my house is secure. I got security cameras everywhere. Am I kind of doing the same thing? Because why do I have security cameras? Shouldn't the cops just make sure my neighborhood is so secure that I don't need those to begin with?
God forbid.
Obviously, I'm going, that's not reality. I'm not living in that world. I think I've just sort of set my expectations in a place where I go, hey, why are you going around the neighborhood grading everybody's car in terms of whether they pass or fail to keep their property safe instead of like actively keeping the property safe yourself, right?
I kind of like it. I think it's a nice little like reminder sometimes for people to be like, hey, you're kind of advertising a lot of stuff here.
If you went back to your car and you saw one of these and it said that you failed the vehicle burglary report card, you would feel that way? You would still?
I would be like, ooh, I need to clean up this car, kind of change some things.
What if they just doubled down, not only giving you the report card, but also stole some of your stuff?
We'll teach you a lesson here.
You can come pick it up at the police station.
That's what my dad would do. That is literally what my dad would do. Back in the day, if I left my bicycle outside of the house, I didn't put it away. My dad would tell me, put it away, put it in the garage. Somebody's going to steal your bike. And if I didn't do it, my dad every once in a while would go take my bike and go hide it somewhere. And then I'd be like, where's my bike? I lost my bike. And my dad would be like, you little idiot. I told you to lock your bike up. Somebody was going to steal it. And then in the throes of me crying at probably 6 or 7 years old, my dad would roll the bike back around the corner. I'd be like, you stole it. And, we'd have this moment where my father would be teaching me a lesson about keeping your things safe. And now the cops in some of these areas are doing this same thing. And look, when I search for vehicle burglary report card on Google, I get this from like all the police departments. Arkansas Pass Police Department, Galveston Police Department, all these different Middleton Police Department, all across the country, where they look at your vehicle and they fill out this thing like whether you had something within view and, your vehicle was at danger of being robbed. And then, the reasons why they were doing that. And so like when we look at all these cities and look at efforts that we can make to improve things for the most people, to give people what they deserve to feel safe in their homes. They deserve to feel safe in their neighborhoods. They deserve to feel safe in their public spaces. Like they're not going to be attacked, like they're not going to be assaulted, like they're not going to be robbed or carjacked. People deserve that. And it's It's 1,000% doable with all the resources that we currently have to make this a reality in every city in our country. But is this effort, this side of it, is that a fair part of the game? Is it a fair part of the game to be like, look, you got to keep up your end too. Make it so your stuff in your vehicle is not so stealable and less people will steal it. Or is this something that like the cops are doing because they maybe need other tasks to be assigned to them? They need to be doing some other things that will stop crime instead of blaming the people themselves. So I wanted to see how people feel about that. Do let me know how you're feeling in particular. Send your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's get to a couple of emails. And by the way, I'll get into Washington, D.C. in particular and what that's looking like after the crackdown, as they call it, of what's been going on in Washington, D.C. We'll see what that looks like. Mike emails the show. He's talking about restaurants. Mike says, addressing why we don't go to restaurants much is strictly cost versus benefits to me. At the beginning of the show, we had these people filming a video. A car drove right through the window during their food tasting. And we started talking about a USA Today article that suggested reasons why people weren't going out to restaurants anymore. And they said that people, the staff was rude. They said that the menus were sticky. There was various other issues they had. And he says, it's cost versus benefits for me. So say you go get a couple of burgers at a sit-down place. By the time you're done, including your tip, you spent $45 to $50. For what we made, dinner with 2 New York strip steaks, fries made in the air fryer, broccoli with cheese, and a Caesar salad, and we watched a movie, why would I ever go out? He says. That's just solely on the money side of things for Mike. Bootsy emails and says, good day from Las Vegas. Hello, Bootsy. We're staying at the Bellagio, and I can confirm what you said the other day on the show. The minibar situation is crazy. I've attached photos of what they offer and the price list. Check out the CBD kit that they're selling. The top shelf is the personal space shelf, which we loaded with drinks we got at a CVS.
Oh,
for a
thank you for
fraction of
the personal space shelf.
Congratulations.
So lovely of you. Thanks.
And yes, everything is on sensors, so even picking something up will automatically charge your room, says Bootsy. And let's look at some of the photos here. Hang on, let me see if we can. All right. Chocolate toffee snack, $23. Jumbo cashews in the mini fridge, because I said mini fridges are dead. They've ruined mini fridges, and Vegas is to blame. Jumbo cashews, $24. If you're hungry at your room, maybe you got a little drunk and you want to eat those jumbo cashews.
$24 for
$24.
Nuts.
Kettle chips, $18 for that little bag of kettle chips. Sour gummies, $23. A Snickers bar or a Twix bar, $9.
What is the cheapest thing on that list that's not water?
The cheapest thing on this list
I mean, if
is
Snickers are $9.
That's it. The Snickers. It's the Snickers is the cheapest thing. A CBD kit. Does CBD even really? It's not meant to do anything to you, really. Like you're not getting
makes your
a buzz
body
off
calm.
of that.
This is relaxing. Yeah,
$100 for the CBD kit.
What's in the kit?
It doesn't say. It's a CBD kit, $100. Romance kit for her or for him, $51. 50 milliliters of Bacardi. What are we looking at there? How big is that? Like, because all their liquors are like 50 milliliter.
It's a mini bar bottle.
Is that like a little travel one?
Yeah.
What are those? They're $21 a piece.
No.
Jack Daniel's travel bottle, $23. $23 in the mini fridge.
Well,
they've ruined the mini fridges. What have they done to us here?
So for those prices, I could literally buy a mini fridge to be delivered from Amazon for my stay.
Yeah.
As well as your $9 Snickers and whatever else you named that makes me want to throw up in my mouth.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the fridge here. Here's the fridge inside her particular unit. You could watch the show if you want to see this over on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. You see all the items in the fridge. They're just like regular old sodas are $8, $9.
How much is that big size bottle of vodka if the travel Jack Daniels is $23?
Oh, good question. Let me see. Does she include more of the menu? Oh, even the waters and stuff are in here. Hang on. Let me go back and see if it mentions that larger vodka bottle. Because it's still small, but it's just much larger than the actual like little travel size ones that you might have at like the airport, or maybe not the airport, but like liquor store on the way out. I don't know if this will open up anymore. It got a little angry at me for zooming in, apparently. But anyways, the travel ones themselves are $24.
All right, I have Grey Goose 50 milliliters is $22. 375 milliliters.
That's it.
Is $86.
For the little one, it's like a little tiny vodka bottle.
Is that what's a fifth? When you talk about a fifth, like I drank a fifth of vodka, dare me to drive.
Let's see. How much is a fifth?
I feel like it's those mini bottles.
1/5 of a U.S. gallon, specifically a 750.
750.
Yeah, so this is not even a fifth.
No, it's less than a fifth for how much? $80?
86.
$86. They've ruined the mini bar, folks. They did this right under our noses. They took this away from us. So anyhow, I don't mean to get distracted, but we'll keep focus on that so we can try to save things as the show rolls on. What do you think about all this? Let us know. Send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now.
I don't even know
when
if
we come
anybody
back,
actually says this, but the 375 milliliter would technically be, if a 750 is a fifth, it would be a tenth. I drank a tenth of vodka, dare me to drive.
If you drank a fifth of vodka, dare me to drive, you're $160+ in the hole now. That is, that is expensive for alcoholics. Okay, when we come back, a woman, a lot of guys are seeing this story today. It's going mega viral. And there's some people who are saying, I can fix her. I can fix her. I'm telling you, you can't. And what this woman did is, it's like Carrie Underwood wrote a follow-up to Because He Cheats or whatever, Before He Cheats or whatever the song was. That one. Wait till you hear
the follow-up.
After he cheats, yeah, that's what this song would be. And I'll tell you what this lady did. It's unbelievable, this story that's going viral today. Plus, Panera Bread owes you money. They owe you money. Why would you leave this behind? There's a mailbox money for you. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
Have you ever been come on to by someone really older than you?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think
42.
I've never done that. I've never like hooked up with somebody like considerably older than me. That's my wife's job. All right, 407-916-1041.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3.
Hey, buddy.
Accident on Florida's Turnpike northbound near that US 192 exit 244 area. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency.
How are we?
Roadways. You're going to run into some familiar delays through that amusement park area. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line at 866-676.
Panera probably owes you some money. And this We Can Fix Her woman, her story, coming up next. Hi, Unfettered.
Don't let the dark shut you out. Everdoor keeps you moving. Visit Everdoor.
I have no desire to go back to Vegas, says Kevin, but I kind of want to see the Sphere, unless I win the iHeartRadio Music Festival again. Again? Again? Good for you.
A fantastic experience for you that is elevated. It's pampering for guys.
Sunstate John says, the cops are not doing it. It's citizens on patrol. I will tell you two things. One, there are jurisdictions where they absolutely have the cops doing this. Okay? So you're wrong about that. But you're loud and wrong about all sorts of stuff. The other thing is, of all the ways to spell the word citizens, that is the wrongest. That is the wrongest. Ryan says, Panera owes me dental work from trying to eat those bread bowls. Maybe. We'll get into the mailbox money from Panera in a moment. But I don't know if I've ever told you this. I had a period of time where I was maybe the dumbest person in the world in terms of understanding health and fitness and like calories and, how to lose weight and just simple things like that about my overall health and diet. And I was like, well, soups are just inherently good for you. Soups are good for you. So I'm going to go on a soup diet. And I was about 19, I think, or 20. Keep in mind, I had a son at this point in time. I had a newborn child, okay? And I would go to Panera every day. And I liked the loaded baked potato soup. And the soup is healthy, right? It's soup. It's healthy. It's good for you. Or I get the tomato soup. You know, I get whatever soup they had that day. And the person would be like, do you want that in a bread bowl? And I'd go, well, obviously I want it in a bread bowl. And so every day for a summer, I was eating a bread bowl full of some fatty ass, high calorie, mega calorie soup at Panera Bread. And I ballooned to the biggest weight I think I ever was in my life, thinking that I was on some sort of diet. I thought that too. That's when I just became sodium, pure sodium. Yeah. Just bloated. Just a disaster.
Federal solar tax credits are in jeopardy, so...
Yeah, they're great for your blood pressure. Tammy says it's like 8,000 calories. Yeah. Yeah, and this is what I was eating every day, and I'm like, God, I'm going to be just ripped soon. I'm killing it over here. And I was responsible, at least partially, for a little human being at that time. Soup is for winter? Not in this house. I went to Panera, and since the bowl was edible, I assumed the utensils were also edible. I still have fork shrapnel in my throat. That is a bad idea.
Right here in Central Florida, they are the company that I trust. Tell you what, go with Solar Source if you're thinking of going...
Guys, I sent out a round of the gifts, including the Warlock pins and magnets that were owed. I was having crazy problems all yesterday after the show with my label printer, so it was a disaster, and I have to order some more labels. But I'm going to get those labels and possibly even a new label printer ordered before this weekend, and everybody who's owed everything, that will be shipped out as of this weekend. But some of them are on the way already, okay? Thank you for your patience. If you want a random magnet for Game of Magnets, if you want to get one of the Skin Bear stickers, if you want to get your hands on the No Shit Warlock pin, there are only about 20-something of those left. You can get them. If you sign up for Secret Shows, you get to claim one gift, and there's a bunch of options. Or if you're already a subscriber, you can gift Secret Shows. Click the gift icon over on the website to spread the word, and you get a gift for each gifted sub. All right, we're coming back. I wish I had the Skin Bear stickers last week in Chicago. They would have thought you were weird, but I do too. They're headed your way soon, I promise. I assure you. All right, let's talk about this woman. People are saying, I can fix her. You cannot fix her. Do not try to fix her, okay? Do not try to fix her.
And you, just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
There's a vile sickness in Abbottstown. You must excise it. Dig into the deep earth and cut it out.
From iHeart Podcasts and Grim and Mild from Aaron Mahnke, this is Havoctown, a new fiction podcast set in the Bridgewater audio universe. Listen to Havoctown on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Havoctown and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Under any circumstances. Some of you are crazy. Yeah, they're going to do it anyways. Kurt on YouTube says, I can fix anything, Sean. Whenever people do this, I'm like, don't try to do it. Don't try to do it. Whenever I see a story where the response is, I can fix her, I go, you're just going to fall into a long line of guys who are going to try to do the same thing and fail absolutely miserably. And the story that is going viral this week is about this woman. This is from KWCH, all right? And this is getting all of the shares on all of the social medias.
Instagram,
because of this.
Twitter, y'all see
Kentucky woman. But yeah, here she is. It says damaged beyond repair. That's not her. It's not the woman. Okay. It just says damage beyond repair because the woman is accused of doing quite a few things that cause damage to somebody else's stuff. A woman in Kentucky is accused of pouring salt in her ex's car engine and putting glitter in the air conditioner of his car as well. In a criminal complaint, the Richmond Police Department says Stephanie Carlquist totaled her ex-boyfriend's car after the couple got into an argument. You don't want to do this.
The glitter thing, very funny to me. But you can still drive the car.
I disagree. I've been the victim of a glitter crime. I don't like it.
Not a fan?
I mean, it'll last for years, but the salt in the engine, that
does it.
That absolutely will kill the entire car.
Well, they said the complaint says Carlquist poured salt into the engine of the car, glitter into the AC vent, slashed one of his tires, cracked the windshield, cracked the rear view mirror, and shattered the car's radio screen. Those are a lot of red flags. All right? You can't fix her. I don't know what you're saying. Do not try to fix her. Okay? That is the lesson of the day. So many people do this. Like, Sean, I think I can fix her. No. And ladies, you do the same thing. With one guy who has an attractive mugshot, and you're like, oh, my God, come over to mommy here. Like, what are you talking about? This person is sending off every bad vibe that they could. It's amazing what like attractive privilege does for people online. And this woman's not even that. I mean, she's not ugly or anything, but like just if you're in a mugshot and people see you and you're not just like above not ugly, people will be like, I can fix that person. I can fix him. After the car was damaged, the tow company took the car to a Goodyear in Richmond, where the car was deemed totaled after the damages added up to $12,464, they said.
Insurance didn't cover that, huh?
Carlquist told the tow truck driver about damaging the car when they arrived to take it. The tow truck driver then called the victim's mom to tell him about the admission. After learning about the admission, Carlquist allegedly messaged her ex-boyfriend on Instagram. She told him she did it all because she was stressed out. She said she was sorry about it. Police say when they interviewed Carlquist,
did you read why she was stressed out?
She was stressed out because of her pregnancy. Uh-oh. So, you got other bad news for you, buddy. I got other bad news. If you didn't know about that. I'm stressed out because I'm pregnant, and I'm sorry about the damage. Police say when they interviewed Carlquist, she admitted to putting glitter in the air vents and damaging the windshield. She said he was overdue for the oil, motor, and all the other damage. She had determined.
Overdue for an oil check or just overdue for somebody to damage him?
Overdue for her doing the damage on his car that she ended up doing. You know, so a lot of you people, dial it down, tap the brakes, understand when the crazies put it on display, take in that information, take it in and go, okay, all right, I'm not going to try to fix this person. We'll leave it where it is right now. I'll put this over on See It Now for those of you who are listening to the show because obviously it's a visual because this lady has gotten in some trouble and our friends at KWCH have written the article about it. So I'll link to it on See It Now.
Kind of funny to me that she's being held on $12,000 bond, which is $464.96 less than the damage she caused.
I'll put girlfriend freaks out and pop this up over on See It Now. When we have something visual, you could take a look at it, and that one's over there for you in the menu. Look for See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's work in just, I wanted to do the other story I teased, and then we'll get in maybe one or two dispatches. Then we'll get you set up for the next episode. And busting into the second half of the show, we'll talk about how things are going in Washington, D.C. I want to discuss that. We have a lot of things. We have this attorney general caught on video freaking out. Wait till you hear her. A lot of things to talk about. But first, Panera Bread might owe you some money, and you only have a couple of months to claim up to $6,500 from this pot of money. All you need is a receipt. Let me see if I can bring up this story to get all of the details. Panera Bread customers have until November 11th to claim $6,500 from a $2.5 million pot. All you need is a receipt. All right, let's see what you need to be eligible besides just that receipt, because that's not quite true. Well, the iconic bakery and cafe chain has been accused of not doing enough to prevent valuable customer information from being leaked. Ain't that true for everybody? Panera Bread has been accused of failing to protect consumer data in a leak incident that occurred in 2024. They said the breach compromised information like Social Security numbers, Despite not admitting to any wrongdoing, Panera Bread has agreed to pay out the $2.5 million settlement. How much will you be paid? Under the terms of the settlement, those affected are eligible for financial compensation. Class members can receive up to $500 from Panera for ordinary financial losses incurred as a result of lost information. Ordinary out-of-pocket losses includes credit monitoring services, yada, yada, yada. Those who experienced extraordinary losses can claim up to $6,500, which covers expenses for identity theft. So if somebody stole your identity and you are in this leak from Panera Bread, beautiful, beautiful. You get $6,500 for doing that. You just have to go to their class action settlement website, which I don't even know if they're going to link that here. Oh, right here. I've got the actual link. If you're a Panera fan and you want to get these monies, look for Panera Data Security Litigation Claim. In fact, I'll put this up on See It Now because
they never have like an easy website for these.
No, it sucks.
What is that? KMSCMA something? Just letters. It's like when they find a new planet.
Forms.ksacms.com/e-filing/fr/eform/Panera settlement _claim form. They're trying to make it a little bit difficult for you.
Domain names are not expensive, you know?
Even short URLs. You could put that giant one into something easier.
Give us a bit.ly.
Let me see here. All right, I'll get this screenshot and I'll put this up on See It Now as well, so you can have the direct link. If you're a Panera customer, especially if you're a Panera customer that also had their identity stolen, go for the gold. Why would you not do this? Go over to See It Now on the website and give this a shot. All right, now I'm going to go ahead.
What constitutes an identity theft? Like what at the very lowest level? If I have had my credit card skimmed and used, does that count under the identity thievery, or does somebody have to
Social Security acting as you?
Yeah, well, they're acting as me if they're paying for something, but do they have to open a new credit card because they have my social? Do they have to use my name in some other various way?
That's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to find out what makes the different levels of class member. That is up, though, so you can check it out over on thenewsjunkie.com. Let's work in one. Well, you know, we're running behind. I do want to work in these dispatches. We will get in your thoughts. Right now, let's find out what's coming up on the next episode.
What's coming up on the next episode? According to a new study, there is one song that'll have you rolling face and mosquitoes rolling over. Dead. The Conjuring franchise makes the return to the big screen, and this time with a popcorn bucket, but can you bang it? Plus, Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance may not be okay, but he may be morphing into a demon. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. Hit that like button. I mean, it's the least you could do. Hey, how many of you, show of hands, how many of you have seen the movie Weapons so far? I wonder if it'll get number one for a third week. That would be crazy. I was honestly a little bit mad with a tidbit that I heard about the new movie Weapons because I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I like trying to figure out what's happening, and they really did twist and turn the story pretty good. I liked it. Cat Butthole says, I'm watching it Friday. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, okay? I'm not in the business of doing that right now. Sometimes, but I'm not. I don't like horror. I probably won't. You don't have to like horror for this. It's not. It's more like a thriller horror, right? M. Night Shyamalan in his prime. That kind of story is what Weapons is at the box office. But there was one particular detail in the movie that I thought was interesting, and I read an interview with the director afterwards, and it kind of made me mad. This doesn't spoil anything. But at one point, you see a house. Somebody's at a house. And in the sky, above the house, is a weapon. It's a big gun in the sky above this house, okay? And the gun is like rotating. Almost like you're in a video game and there's like, you could claim it. You know, like this, above this house is this gun spinning around. And I thought, wow, what does that mean? What was the director going for? And they asked the director of weapons afterwards in this interview. And they said, Mr. Director, a lot of people are talking about this moment in the movie where above the house there was a large gun spinning around. And they said, what did you mean by that? And the director's answer was something like, nothing really. There's no meaning that I had behind it, but I wanted people to see it and kind of come up with their own things. And I thought, if that doesn't sound like the lamest shit I've ever heard in my life. You just threw random stuff in your movie, and you're like, what does it mean to you? What the hell is that? Put it in there with purpose. I thought that was lame. When you make a movie, I want all of the things in that movie that make the cut, I want them to be thought out, and I want them to be intentional. I want them to have a purpose to them. And then if somebody asks you, like, hey, why did this happen at this point in time in the movie? You should be able to have like a coherent answer for that. Isn't the News Junkie up for artistic interpretation every episode? No. No, there is zero artistic interpretation. Despite what you may hear, everything that happens on this show is real. All the interactions are real. None of them are some elaborate setup thing. I wish there was an operation happening on that level. I wish. Denying its significance can be a weird artistic angle. He knows the reason. You think so? Why wouldn't he just say though? He's like, I thought it looked cool. I put the gun in this movie, #1 movie in the country, above the house. That a lot of people like me left and went like, what was that? What was that part? And then they go, what was it to you? I just put it in there. I didn't really have any meaning behind it. What a cop out. All right, we're coming back.
You're not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The International Hot Rod Association and Durana Hybrid, where horsepower meets hard work. We're reigniting the spirit of racing and the power of skilled trades. Mentorship, education, legacy. Fuel the future on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets now at IHRA.com.
Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, endless music, and podcasts just for you. It's the free iHeartRadio app. Radio your way. Join the millions who already have it. Download the free iHeartRadio app, the #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to...
All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. If you're new here, I'm so glad you bumped into the show. And I just hope that you enjoy something that you hear today on a Share the Show Tuesday and that we stick around with you. And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, do it. The link is over on thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, we have so much to get into as the show rolls on. We'll be into the second half of the show for most of you, most affiliates. Second half of the show is on the way soon. We'll talk about what things are actually looking like in D.C. after the crackdown. We got this assistant attorney general who had a meltdown on a body cam. Lots of crazy stuff and viral content on the way. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Where's my bike? I lost my bike. You stole it.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's the website that he set up for you to make the process of refinancing or buying your first dream home a lot simpler than all the other mortgage companies. He's going to treat you like a human being, unlike all the other mortgage companies that treat you like a number. And when it comes to these big life decisions, you got to work with someone who's got your back, and that is That Mortgage Guy Don. Start the process today by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
I forgot this yesterday. I think Don had one of my favorite shirts at the poker tournament.
Oh, yeah.
That man knows how to dress.
It was a banger.
I'll tell you.
There's some people who had a lot of shirts where I'm like, where did you get that from? But that's perfect for this event.
It's 65 years ago, 1960, Russia sent doggy into space.
Oh, yeah. Rip.
One dog, Belka, translates to squirrel. Other dog, Strelka, translates to little arrow. And they both died.
Didn't they lie about it?
For a little, they just didn't. We don't mention much about them. They were the first space dogs to live and tell the tale, minus the telling of tale, because both the tails and the dogs passed away in space. 1957, Sputnik 2 wasn't designed for recovery, and we had a third, Barker, is what it translates to. Laika died in space as well.
The pictures of these dogs is so sad.
This is a weird question.
It's so sad.
There's is there decomp in space?
Do you decompose? A body decompose in space?
Yeah, if you die,
decompose,
and then it's just floating around, is it going to be just you that died 50 years ago? Whoa.
No, because there's no oxygen, so you would you would look the same way, just floating around out there. I laugh at the idea. I like the idea that there would still be some reporter who is asking questions about this to Putin. You know, when like everybody's asking questions about Ukraine, and then somebody's like, "What about the dog, sir?" Like,
yeah, Spedka, Delka, and Felka, all dead. God. Let's also ride the dead train. Choo choo. The Conjuring, apparently the last of the franchise, and the final installment. They say.
Great franchise. Good stuff.
I'm a big fan. Annabelle's included in that, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I've seen any Conjurings.
Do you even watch movies, pal? Do you even watch movies at your house?
Yes, I do. Plenty of them.
So Annabelle is making her big return to the screen. The Conjuring Last Rites is next month. It's being billed as the final installment. I have a good feeling that they're gonna bring it back in 5 years. You guys asked for it. In the meantime, what they're not going to bring back is this really cool popcorn bucket, but can you bang it? I sent you the link. It's right above the most recent one I sent you in the chat.
Is this
September
is it the whole
5th?
thing? Like,
yeah, the whole thing is Annabelle's face.
It's like it's just a bucket with Annabelle holding the bucket, which is kind of crazy.
Front and center. Rico has announced this week it's getting the own popcorn bucket beginning on Wednesday before the movie is even released, or the Wednesday of September 5th.
Can I say, just as a guy, eating out of this popcorn bucket would be incredibly weird.
It's creepy.
Because if you're in the movie theater, it's got a little Annabelle doll attached to the popcorn bowl. So if you had it on your lap, it would literally look like there was a little girl.
Correct.
Backwards on your lap, sitting on top of
Would
it.
it be just as weird if the popcorn bucket was like her head and you're just digging into the skull?
It would be less weird if it didn't look like there was a little girl sitting on your lap.
And which way do you position the little girl? Because
True.
You know,
those of you just tuning in, we're talking about the new popcorn bucket for The Conjuring.
It's not a real little girl.
Maybe that was their intention. September 5th, we'll see how many grown men and women.
I'm putting this up on See It Now.
I think this would be more appropriate to put like up on the armrest. If you have one of those movie theaters with really big armrests or room for your food,
Sure.
you put it in between you and your date, and then you could both use the bucket.
Yeah, please.
Good luck, everybody. And good luck if you go to this band's concert.
My Chemical Romance.
Because you're watching a demon.
Ooh.
Big time for sure.
Sounds like something your parents would have said back in the day.
No, just some what seems to be younger black man on TikTok who is not too familiar with My Chemical Romance, but he knows they're like heavy metal something. I sent you the TikTok, and according to this video, he is a demon that shapeshifted not once but twice at his most recent show.
Okay.
At Gerard.
Can I
Morphed
play
into
this?
a demon mid-performance. Yes, you can.
Okay, hang on. Here it goes.
I think his name is Gerard.
They think his
morphed into a demon mid-performance at his concert a couple days ago.
Yeah, ready
if you
to
didn't
see
see it, trigger warning. If you're easily scared,
trigger warning.
Click off the video right now. But this is what he looked like.
I'm ready.
Yes,
Ready?
this is that same
Whoa.
man. Complete morphing into a demon, a
Just one
reptilian, if
picture.
you will. This
No
is what he
filter.
morphed into. And we see these a lot with these celebrities, these musicians on stage. They will somehow trigger a alter ego,
Right, of
and
course.
then they will morph. And
Do we see that a lot?
I guess I haven't been paying attention too much. I have to go
I've
back
not
to
seen.
all my iPhone videos.
What
Now-
gets me about his video is something that I've seen in TikTok before, and it really annoys me because it's very performative. The line, I think his name is Gerard.
I'm not sure what Mike later on in the video, but we don't have time. I've never listened to them before, but they're heavy metal something.
Yeah.
Either way, fully fronted by a demon. Now, the same user did follow up with his post after being roundly mocked by all My Chemical Romance fans and anyone with eyes. And he said, okay, My Chemical Romance fans, I'm sorry. Y'all are coming at me right now. I was not familiar with y'all game. My bad. Apparently, he did not morph into a demon. All right, chill.
Damn,
God.
chill.
Sorry,
Okay,
sorry I
fine.
thought he morphed into a demon.
Jeez.
My bad. And someone has morphed into the greatest baseball fan of all time, and that's one of the members of this group that's no longer together.
Oh,
the White Stripes?
That is right, and I'm looking for
Jack White?
Jack
Meg
White.
White?
Jack White is correct. And he now has officially attended baseball games in every major league baseball
Nice.
stadium.
You know what? Good for him. That's a pretty big checklist to go through, I think.
And a lot of time on his hands.
Like if you wanted to go
That's
to
a lot
every
of stadiums.
If you wanted to go to every WNBA stadium, you could do that in like a couple of weeks or something. Then how many teams? But if you want to go, I don't know how many baseball teams there are in the MLB, but I think there's a hell of a lot of stadiums. I think it's a bunch.
The last time he played a concert in Philly was 2006, and that was his final stadium to visit. While he got every single one checked off. 30 stadiums.
Yeah, 30 Major League Baseball teams in the MLB.
Considering the season, though, he's going every single week to a different place.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, there you go. Congrats.
There's enough games that you
Home run.
could do them all twice in a season, I think.
Crazy guy. On the Boob Tube, America's Got Talent, quarterfinals, episode 3 of Alien Earth on FX, the premiere of Songs and Stories with Kelly Clarkson, and you can catch the Jonas Brothers on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, realradio.fm/comedy for the big show this weekend. All the details there, and stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll talk about what D.C. is looking like after this crackdown. Is it better? Is it worse? What's going on out there? We got to talk about this attorney general that I've been mentioning, and a brand new species has been found. There is one particular thing about this new animal that scientists have discovered that is going to rock your world. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Storm season is here, and Florida power outages are no joke. Win a $20,000 battery backup from Solar Source. Enter now at iHeart.com/solar before the next storm hits.
The right lane's blocked on I-4 westbound near State Road 408. You're going to get caught up in some slowdowns heading through the city there. Keep an eye out for an accident off to the shoulder getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike northbound near US 192 on I-4. There's slowdowns through that amusement park area. You won't be running into any issues on I-95. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by the International Hot Rod Association.
The International Hot Rod Association and Durana Hybrid, where horsepower meets hard work. We're reigniting the spirit of racing and the power of skilled trades. Mentorship, education, legacy, fuel the future on the track and in the trades. Get your tickets now at ihra.com.
Breaking news, storm season is here, and Florida ranks amongst the worst states for long summer power outages, averaging over 18,000 hours without power every single year. And that's why Solar Source is stepping up. For 40 years, they've protected over 60,000 Florida homes. And now you can win a battery backup system valued at $20,000. Don't wait for the next blackout. Register now at iHeart.com/solar. That's iHeart.com/solar. Solar Source. Power when you need it most.
Eye Candy Energy Drink. The official drink of the summer is here. 3 delicious flavors. Original, sugar-free, and sugar-free cotton candy. Get yours at eyeCandyEnergyDrink.com. Eye Candy Energy Drink.
Buying a house or selling yours? The Nickley Group makes it as easy as ABC. And 1, 2... Oh, and fast, too, because the Nickley Group can get a guaranteed cash offer on your home today. Just visit thenickley.com.
The Nickley Group with Keller Williams Realty.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed the musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where...
Hey, howdy, partner. Hang tight. Just grabbing some audio for the next segment real quick. Welcome to Behind the Scenes on the show. You look great. You smell great. Aussie Hill. Cool. All right, what do we got here? We're going to talk about DC crime. It looks like DC crime has gone down, right? It looks like they have arrested a lot of the bad dudes and improved things. And it's not even just the feds. It looks like they have gone in and like made neighborhoods better and safer. And Jesus, like there's something so inherently offensive about this shit. Like when they go into California and clean up San Francisco, I always mention this because it shows you they can do it at any moment, but they don't want to do it. They can make the city beautiful and livable for everybody there, but they don't care about doing it. There was like 30 or something, don't quote me, 30 or so tent places and homeless sites that had built up over the DC area. Boom! Yeeted all of them. All of them gone. No more of this stuff. We're just like, well, we allow people to live in public here. We're being empathetic. We want them to be able to live in a tent here on the streets. In fact, they found a loophole. There was one dude, I should probably try to find the video. There was one guy who was living in a tent, but was one of the few who didn't have a drug addiction and didn't have mental health issues. You ask the average person, they think that's all of the homeless people. The average person thinks, when they think homeless, somebody has, because of the difficulties of the economy, been crushed by the system. They were paycheck to paycheck, and they had a couple of issues, and they fell apart, and they're down on their luck. That's not the case. Most of homeless people are drug addicts who have made a lifetime of bad decisions. Many of them have mental health issues, which go untreated, which is probably the biggest issue. But this guy was like neither. And so they didn't know what to do with him, and they just let him go back to his tent. And he's like the last remaining hobo in Washington, D.C., because all the other one, they got out of there. All the other hobos, they got out of there. It's really, honestly, seems like a good thing. Why aren't we doing this other places? And this is the big question. This is the big question. Why does it take the feds? Why does it take the National Guard to come in and do this? Why is it that the cops in Chicago are too scared or too disinterested or have no problem with young black kids shooting each other all day long and they go, that's not our beef, it's not our war? Why is it that it takes the feds to get the police to actually do this work? That's the real question nobody wants to have. They have enough cops, we have enough laws, we can fix this. I know somebody who's been living in their car and taking showers at Planet Fitness for the last year to save money for a down payment on a house. God, Jesus. I mean, that's tough. Houses are expensive, down payments are expensive. That sucks. It's not the normal case for a lot of homeless people. One Hell of a Punk Rock Show says, that's a great question. Why is nobody asking it? Why is nobody saying, why do you need prodding from Trump? Why do you need the feds to come in to your city? Why do you need this to happen to clean stuff up for people? We all pay taxes. We all participate in the system. Why does everything have to get so shitty around us before you finally go like, okay, we'll fix it. We'll make your city livable again. That is unforgivable. It's unforgivable that they let this happen in some cities. And then everybody has to deal with a worse situation because we just let the few people screw it up for the many. I hate that. Ugh. All right.
Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
I got so scared for a second.
What? You thought it was about you?
No, that I had to. That I had something that I hadn't prepared for.
No, it's too early.
It's exactly as you would say this week in Florida, and I was like, wait, what is he? That's not right.
It's a Share the Show Tuesday. It's not time for that just yet. No.
It's Taco Tuesday where we are, man.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
They're having a little party. I don't even know why.
All that reminds me of now is this stupid TikTok that people keep sending around, where the guy like plops his wife up on the counter and he's like, it may not be Tuesday, but I'm eating tacos around here tonight. Oh my God.
Nice.
And like all of his videos are like gross, stupid, corny sex things like that. And I'm like, oh God. Who's bringing tacos around there?
Is he the age of somebody who should be making like gross, stupid sex stuff? Like
he's in his 30s or
what
40s.
Age do you cap that at? Because some 50-year-old did that recently.
He's an adult. Okay. This guy is a grown adult who should know better, and he's like, it might not be Tuesday, but we eating tacos around here tonight. And His wife is, I mean, she seems to be happy, I guess. Maybe that's why. I'm not sure. Here we are regardless. Who brought you tacos over there? Do we need to?
No, the salespeople are just all. I don't know what the occasion was. I'm not hating on it, though.
No, why would you? You'd be crazy to. No. I'm sure. Good for you. From where did it say?
No. I think people brought stuff like the big boss made Tres Leches cake.
No way, really?
Damn, does she make some good Tres Leches cake?
Holy.
Tres Leches.
Wait, what was that?
I don't know how to say that fast. Tres Leches cake.
Okay,
TLC.
let's talk about Washington D.C. real quick, because there's this alleged crackdown. They're going to change everything. They're going to make everything better. And now I'm seeing stories, and they're like, "Hey guys, they've fixed Washington D.C. They made it a better place. They improved someplace in all the crappy areas of Washington, D.C." And it makes me a little angry in a way. And I'll explain that in a moment. But first, a couple of details. Axios, which is not like some crazy out there activist kind of outlet. They're pretty decent and close-ish to the middle left of center, probably. They say figures that are now being released refute critics who claim that the D.C. takeover was all for show or not targeting high crime areas, per a White House official who crunched the numbers. D.C.'s takeover is unprecedented, as is the use of White House staff to analyze metropolitan crime data. They said, by the numbers, 212 people have been arrested for various crimes during the federal takeover since August 8th. I'll tell you what they should do in just a second here, but since the federal takeover of D.C. since August 8th, when they put a bunch of National Guard officers on the streets, not even that many of them, to be honest, but because of that, 212 people have been arrested. That excludes all immigration-related arrests. 101 of those arrests, or 48%, took place in wards 7 and 8, home to many low-income and working-class majority black neighborhoods of Washington. They have long experienced the most violent crime in the city. Let me tell you flat out what happens here. In a lot of cities, in every city, in every city, the cops know where the bad areas are. Mm-hmm. The cops know where the crime is. The cops know where things aren't safe for people. The cops know these things. In some of these areas, the cops' desire to go in for various reasons is low. So, for instance, in Chicago, when you talk about the violence in Chicago is in just a couple of communities to the south and the southwest of the city of Chicago. They are low-income, largely black communities. Almost all of the violence happens after, say, like 8 p.m. and before 5 a.m. Almost all of it happens with people who are between the ages of like 12 or 13 and like probably 25. The cops know where all this is going down. The cops know all the gangs that are doing this. If they went in and did a crackdown, they'd straighten all this up in a fortnight. They literally would, could, and don't. Right? This is what happens out there. There's no desire to do this. So I don't know why it takes the feds to push this stuff happening in these poor neighborhoods, in these low-income, working-class neighborhoods that deserve better than this. Right? I'm so tired of rich people behind their enclaves and their protected neighborhoods going, oh, everything's fine. Oh, don't worry about the fact that prosecutors aren't putting people in jail and keeping them in jail. Oh, don't worry about the fact that, they're letting people in a revolving door of crime over and over and over again. Don't worry about it, because it doesn't affect them. It affects these people in these poor communities, right? Like Ward 7 and 8 in D.C. 48% of the arrests took place, 101 of them in those two wards. They have long experienced the most violent crime in the city. There were 24 gun-related charges in Ward 8, 11 in Ward 7. Altogether, there were 31 narcotics-related charges, 7 DUIs, and 2 assaults. They said, throughout the city, National Guard troops are stationed in high-traffic areas to provide a visible law enforcement presence to deter crime. Now, I don't know if these people are doing it for viral clicks. I don't know if they're doing it for clout. I'm sure some of them are. But anecdotally speaking, there are a lot of people who are filming Washington, D.C. on social media and saying it's never been this quiet. It's never been this safe feeling for me. Some of those people might be actual citizens saying like, hey, for real, it's gotten better here. The D.C. mayor's office, which criticized the takeover, declined to comment on the numbers. And, you know, this is something that a lot of people in that area seem to approve. Now, the D.C. police union released this. They said, this is since the announcement of federal control versus the 7 days prior. Robberies in D.C. down 46%. ADW. What is ADW? I am pleading ignorance on this.
I thought we were getting a quiz real quick.
No, I don't know. ADW is down 6%.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay, that makes sense. Assault with a deadly weapon down 6%. Cent rather.
Should the police union want this to be? I mean, I know everybody should want this to be successful, but if you are the police and you're not doing your job, and that so much so that they're bringing in the National Guard to restore order. Should you be on Twitter bragging about the fact that all these numbers are down?
They have their own agenda. I guess they'll get to this in a moment here. But carjackings down 83% in D.C., car theft down 21%, violent crime down 22%, property crime down 6%, all crimes down 8%. Now, there's a lot of things you could say, right? You could say, well, percentage drops. What does that mean? What if the number was low to begin with?
I mean, if I was a criminal and I see that there are a bunch of feds around and military, I'm probably going to take a break on the robbing until they clear out.
That might be where the carjackings are down 83%, right? And to the end point that you added on there, maybe the moment that stops, maybe they go back to doing those crimes. But they finish. While federal assistance gives us a boost, the D.C. Police Union says, we must repeal the misguided Comprehensive Policing and Justice Reform Act in order to make these changes permanent. So they're essentially saying the politicians passed this Policing and Justice Reform Act that has made it impossible for them to do this very thing. The feds come in, declare an emergency, and they're able to do all the things that can circumvent this political plan that was rolled out in D.C. And afterwards, it looks like they were able to drop crime in all of these areas. Now, here's what I would love to see. It'll never happen, but I'd love to see it. Give this 2 more weeks. Let them go in, let them make their case that they're clearing up these neighborhoods of crime, that they're making things better for these poor people who, unlike you, have to sit there every night and hope that somebody doesn't rob them when they go to the corner store, hope that somebody doesn't steal their car, break into their car, I hope that somebody doesn't try to attack them for what street they live on or whatever. For those people whose lives are made better by this, I would love to see there to be a poll. Actually, let them vote. Let them vote in D.C. and say, like, no party attachment to any of this, but do you think things have improved in this city? Do you think that things have improved for the better in Washington, D.C. in the last several weeks? My gut tells me they might just say yes. They might just say yes. Like, hey, a lot of them who probably go, I didn't vote for Trump. I don't like Trump. I didn't vote for him, but I do like my neighborhood being safer. Who doesn't like that? Everybody should like that. I would love to see a vote after this to see how people felt. And I would love to see the repercussions of that vote put a fire under the ass of every law enforcement outfit in the country in these garbage neighborhoods where it sucks to live, where crime is rampant, and where we don't have to put up with this crap. We don't have to put up with any of it. And it's so crazy to me that it takes this level of pressure and like all the public outrage and stuff to show you that things can be better and that people don't complain afterwards. Like the idea that they went into, I brought this up a million times. I don't care. I think it's a good example. That they went into California when all the world leaders showed up, including the leadership of China. They cleaned out all the hobos, and people were in San Francisco walking down the street kicking their heels together. And they go, we can come back out. We can go back to live in the Bay Area. We can enjoy ourselves, and this is beautiful. We can keep it this way. Just kidding. The moment everybody left, right back to the situation they were in before. You deserve better. They take your money. They take it. They don't even ask you about it. They take your taxpayer money. If you don't pay it, they send you to jail. They will send you to jail for that. But they take enough of your money for all of us to live in safe neighborhoods, for all of us to live in a place where we can trust that our stuff is going to be okay, that our kids aren't going to get shot and killed, and that things are going to be better. Like, why does it take this for carjackings to go down 83%? What is everybody else waiting for? Why can't every neighborhood be like that? And it doesn't have to be like some end of the world, the feds are taking over, law enforcement is everywhere, we don't have any free. No, just arrest the bad guys. I'm on board with that. Let me know if you are. And it looks like some of this data at least looks decent. You might have issues with it. Let me know. Right now, it's time for This Week in Florida. You ready, C-Line?
Let's go.
No. This Week in Animals. It's time for This Week in Animals.
Oh.
Because we have a brand new species that I teased before the break, and I wanted to share this with you. This is so... I don't know.
Are we naming this one after anybody famous?
It already has a name.
I know what you're talking about, I believe. I wouldn't know it was an animal. How about that?
This is a new animal that they've just discovered, and they're calling it... it's one of many new tarantula species.
Oh, think of a different animal then.
Yeah, this is a new one that they've just found, according to USA Today, which I'm looking at here. New animal that they found. 4 newly discovered tarantula species, and one of them is called the genital king.
They named it after me? They did name it after a celebrity.
Expand on that. Go ahead, genital king.
The species are all under the genus Satyrex, Satyrex.
Genus of penis.
Which usually loosely translates to the epithet that Tinder dates around the world love to boast. I don't know exactly what they're saying there. Still, they would certainly fall short compared to this tarantula. So this new tarantula that they just found has giant genitalia, has absolutely...
All right, show the pic.
Massive genitalia. Most tarantulas... Yeah, most tarantulas, they call them pedipalps, are around...
We got to work on these names.
Can we look? What does that exactly mean? Does that just mean spider wiener?
You said pedo, what?
Pedipalps. Pedipalps? Most of them are about 1.5 times larger than the carapace. And in this case, it's 2.5 times larger. It's the genital king. It's almost 4 times longer than the carapace. It's almost as long as the longest legs of the tarantula.
It's the extra appendages. It's the, I don't know. The first thing I think of is Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
All right.
Like the little face claws that they have. They kind of scoop everything up.
It's what they use to grasp stuff. Like,
do they also use that for sex?
Is that for foreplay, at least?
They are located near the mouth, and their second pair of appendages appearing leg-like in some and pincer-like.
Pincer-like, okay, yeah.
In others. It was spelled without the H. Pedipalps play crucial roles in prey capture, sensation, and in male spiders, sperm transfer. So
no way. So that's how
they did not cover that part in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
My pedipalp is palping right now, baby.
If the tarantulas swapped roles with humans, and those proportions belong to a human instead, their penis would almost be the length of their leg. That's the comparative size that they're dealing with. And they don't know exactly how this has happened, but they think sexual selection may have led them to this point. And this new tarantula is just swinging the thing around, according to these scientists. So, think about that if you're out there touching tarantulas anytime soon. I want you to.
You got bit by a male tarantula?
Does that mean they're?
Did you just get?
Maybe you might have. You might have. The other story, very quickly, in This Week in Animals here on the show today. This is so crazy. It's such a stoner thought to me. I wanted to work it into the show. I won't take up too much of your time, your valuable time today, but I did think it was interesting and I wanted to mention it. This is from New Atlas, the scientific magazine. And they said, in a breakthrough study, scientists have transferred a courtship behavior from one species to another, triggering the recipient to perform this completely foreign act as if it was its own. That might not make any sense to you, so let me describe a bit more. Nagoya University researchers achieved this remarkable feat by manipulating a single gene to create new neural connections between fruit flies. So there is one type of this fly, and this type of fly, when it wanted to mate, it would do what they called a romantic gesture, right? A gift-giving gesture. So the flies would go up to the other flies, and now this is going to sound gross to you because you're not a fly. but to them it's a gift-giving thing. And the fly goes up to the other fly and it wants to get laid, and it just vomits. And it vomits out a bunch of fly food.
There are definitely some situations in college which are very similar.
That's what they're going for, I guess. And the female who sees this is like, oh my God, hold my panties. And they because of the gift giving, they start engaging in
Just
courtship.
any amount of throw up, or the biggest yak gets into the sack with the female
The bigger,
fly?
the more impressive.
Huh.
You know, for other animals, it would be like doing a little dance. They do like a little dance, a presentation, and the females are like,
and they
all
make
right.
a little love.
Yeah, get down tonight. And that's what they're all trying to do. So they took this in one species, and they took the gene and put it in another one. And the species that did not do that, had nothing to do with them, began to do it. And so if you think about this, like, you know, it would be the equivalent of taking dogs' DNA and altering it and having dogs like meet each other on apps and take each other out to dinner,
so
Lady and the
cute.
Tramp style, and like try to woo each other or get each other drunk or whatever the mechanism is that humans do. And the animal world would end up doing that same thing because they just like made them. They copied their genetics over to do this. We are on the forefront of a lot of weird scientific stuff. And there is going to be some things moving forward that make everybody uncomfortable. There are going to be a lot of weird things that they're up to. Right now, the genital king tarantula is not that shocking to you, but soon enough, the scientists might manipulate it a little bit more, and then it shall be.
Plastic tubes and pots and pans.
What's that?
Weird
Mary
science.
Poppins. Oh.
Weird
bits and
science.
pieces.
Does anybody under the age of 8 million know either the song or movie Weird Science
Wow,
anymore?
you were going to go with a real number, and then you just really decided to dig in, didn't you?
Are you solely citing the song or the movie?
The song.
That's with the robots, right?
Oh my God! I just dated myself on accident. You don't even know the movie, do you?
Of course I do.
Oh,
Bill
okay.
Paxton's in it.
Oh, is he?
Rest
Okay.
in peace.
Weird Science, classic from back in the day.
Good movie.
I don't know if it holds up, but it felt that way at the time.
What's to hold up? It's so nonsensical and such a fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
That do those expire? I mean, there's the computer systems probably look a little dated, but I think it holds up. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while.
You know how things get. A lot of these movies, they do not date well. They don't age as well. I don't know if that one does. I haven't seen it.
We're going to create a woman. That we could do whatever we want with.
And then they're only going to be amazed that they created an attractive woman for like 5 seconds. They're like, whoa! And then they're just like, okay, well, we clearly are going to have sex with her, right?
I think didn't they turn that into a TV show?
Maybe. I don't know. There was a lot of weird content coming out around that time. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into this body cam audio that you'll hear, or video if you're watching this show. In Rhode Island, the assistant attorney general went ballistic, and now she might be regretting that. What happened? We'll get to it. Plus, what's the latest with Hurricane Aaron? That, too, is on the way, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Oh, you should take Angelique and Amber.
One
car.
There's not enough words in the world, buddy.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The right lane's blocked on I-4 westbound before State Road 408. Expect some slowdowns heading through the city there. Keep an eye out for a crash getting cleared up on Florida's Turnpike northbound near US 192 exit 244 there. You're going to run into some familiar delays on I-4 through that amusement park area. Expect some slowdowns between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows you need durable power tool accessories that are built to last. The new DeWalt Elite Series delivers the strength and reliability pros need and is available exclusively at Lowe's. Shop in store or online today.
Hey, if you've been kicking around the idea of going solar, well, a lot of people have different reasons for it. They want to be protected during a hurricane if the power goes out. Maybe you just like green energy and you want to do something for the environment. You like to own your energy, store your energy. Well, now's the time to make that switch. And Solar Installers of Florida want to help you do it at a lower price tag. And right now is the best time to go solar because, as you know, the 30% federal tax credit for solar installations ends at the end of this year, and that could be thousands of dollars in savings gone if you wait too long. So what are you waiting for? Call Solar Installers of Florida today and get a quote. They can quote you in 5 minutes or less. Financing is available. If you want to save money, they'll make it happen. You can go zero down, and your monthly payment will already be less than your power bill, so you start saving money from day one, and you do it with Solar Installers of Florida. Call them up at 407-777-5050. Let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. They'll kick off an additional $500 off your bill. 407-777-5050, or visit them online at solarinstallersofflorida.com.
It's the summer clearance event at Greenway Kia, and the race is on to sell 500 new Kias this month. Every new Kia is clearance priced with savings up to $18,000 off MSRP. And when you trade in your vehicle, over 40 Greenway dealerships compete to buy it, meaning you could get up to $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book value. Best of all, our friendly, non-commissioned sales team is here to help, not hustle. I'm Joe Rossi, and we want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Example stock TG004814. Negative equity refinance expires 9/7/25.
Sunnyside Air Conditioning, now using AI.
My AC stopped working.
Here's a random penguin fact.
No, I need cold air now.
Penguins mate for life.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Would you like to mate for life?
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your home's air conditioning breaks down, you can count on our repairs to work for you for the long haul. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Big down payments. Thousands down. We interviewed the victims. Tell us what happened, ma'am.
Well, I says to myself, self, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi, into land. Every vehicle's just one dime down.
And then?
I ended up at some other dealer.
Why?
They had a trade payoff event.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4,000.
Next time, go to RC Hill Mitsubishi. Right, RC?
That's right. It's a crime to pay more than a dime. One dime down.
But I still owe thousands on my trade.
It's okay. We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands.
With only one dime down.
Get a new Outlander SUV. It's under 30 grand, has all the toys, and you don't have to worry about your engine for life.
Plus 0% financing for 60 months.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime.
Now at RC Hill Mitsubishi.
Into land, just 2 miles off I-4. RCHill.com. Dime down, $535 a month, 72 months at 6% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we're fixing the unfixable. Combining the use of robotics and an endoscope, our expert neurosurgeons are performing spinal fusion surgeries more safely and effectively than ever.
2.5 minutes. And we're back, folks. Can you imagine that? 2.5 minutes. And you're going to love this video. This AG, this Attorney General, who's doing like the whole, do you know who I am? Oh, it's magnifique. I think you're going to like it. Quick question, unrelated to any show content. I get vibes for each day of the week, and like when you go to a bar, certain days are busier and you're like, okay, here's where the average person is on this day. What day of the week do you think the bar is the most busy because people are like, forget this, I'm already stressed by the week, I need to go have some drinks. Right, like I took a day or two off or whatever. What day do you think the bars are the busiest because of that feeling? Which day? Because I have a theory on that. And again, we're going to get into this body cam footage. It's great. Saturday? My theory is that it's actually Monday. I think people do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then Monday, when they're about to do the whole thing where they're like, all right, let's not drink for a couple of days, Every time I've ever gone to the bar on a Monday, bar is packed. Bar is absolutely packed. Just as full as you possibly could ever think it would be. A lot of you saying Thursday, Wednesday, that's what I would think. I'd be like, Monday, Tuesday, let's keep it cool. Wednesday, Thursday, people are like, forget it. I think Monday, people have just had enough. Oh, I can't wait to play this body cam footage for you. I am excited. Here we go.
iHeart 80s. iHeart 80s goes commercial free this weekend and every weekend. Open the free iHeart app, search iHeart 80s, and make it your next preset.
iHeart Radio. Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Of moments like this. I love videos like this. I think like this is the thing that makes the world go round. And here on a Share the Show Tuesday, I think we could use this. I want to get to this video here in just a moment, and we shall, but you can join us. We'll work in some of your feedback here in a bit over at thenewsjunkie.com. Send us a video or audio dispatch. There are some ladies here who they like to drink. They like to have a couple of drinks. And they made their way out to the bar. I don't know what night of the week it was. It doesn't necessarily matter. But they were out there partying. They were enjoying themselves. And one of them had caught on camera one of those very much, do you know who I am? Ooh. Do you have any clue who I am?
Oh, I got a feeling. Moments. I know what video this might be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, have you seen this one so far?
Yeah. And was that do you know who I am phrase dropped multiple times?
I guess she said a lot. I've only seen the first couple of minutes, so we'll kind of go through this together a little bit.
You're in for a treat.
But the officer has his body cam on, and he goes up to this bar/club in Rhode Island, right? I believe is where this went down, because she was the woman's the Rhode Island Assistant Attorney General. And she identifies herself as this many times. They were in an area called Bannister's Wharf, and it was the Clark Cookhouse, and they wanted them out. They were like, get these women out of here. We want these women out of here. We want to trespass these ladies.
What do you mean?
And one of them is the Special Assistant Attorney General, and the other one is just like, you don't understand. You don't understand. Like, I know that you think you're going to police us right now, but we are ungovernable. And we are going to show you just
admittedly,
that.
we are ungovernable?
Yes, yeah,
okay.
We are ungovernable, and that's what they want to show. Here we go.
I want you to turn your body cam off. Protocol is that you turn it off. If a citizen requests it to turn it off. She's a lawyer.
So they want you guys to leave?
All right, her friend is already saying she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer. Her first request to the police officers was, I want you to turn your body cam off.
And she tried to tell him what protocol is.
Yeah, protocol is if a citizen tells you to turn your body cam off, you have to do that. I am no lawyer, or I'm certainly not a Special Assistant Attorney General like Devin Flanagan is. I'm not a cop. That seems wrong. I don't know that that's true.
But if that's the case, this turns out to be true. That is going to be the new what's your badge number.
Yeah.
For any viral video.
Like, wouldn't that just be the greatest hack ever? You go, I'm sorry, but
you have to turn that bad boy off, please.
You know what I'm going to say here. Turn the body cam off. Oh, you got us. All right, well, then turn the body cam off. That I could be wrong, but I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's accurate.
Let's just leave. Let's just make it easy.
It's the cop.
Make it easy. That's not
Are you with him?
I am.
Okay.
I'm her
That's
husband.
not the point. Can you look at me? We'll talk over here, okay?
Can you look at me right now?
Can we all talk? Can we all talk?
Talk over here. They want to leave.
All right, there's some guy who's with them, I guess, who's the husband of one of these women, and he's trying to direct the conversation a little bit, but he's only having so much luck because these women are like, nope. Can you pay attention to me? Can you pay attention to me? She's a lawyer, and
Protocol.
I'm going to tell you what's protocol, okay?
Can we talk?
All right, she's having a pep talk her friend.
What's that?
No, nothing. Nothing.
She is our college friend.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
The cops are being chill so far.
You guys just want him out? Do you want him trespassed?
Anything we can do.
Okay. This must have been bad.
If you could just go ahead and get them in death row, that'd be great. Thank you so much.
This guy's like, is that all we got? We got trespass? Yep, we'll take it.
If you could just give him a little tase on the way out, anything possible.
I'm the special assistant attorney general, and I will tell you what's happening now. Okay,
sir, do you want these ladies trespassed? Well, I was hoping for death penalty, but whatever you got.
Yeah, we'll take that, all right?
Gosh, yeah, I just need
trespass. Got him out.
Cuff him, please.
Cuff him, please.
No, I'm not. Do you want to chat?
I know that your protocol is.
So you're trespassed, so we got to leave now. Unless you want to be in there.
We're not trespassing. You haven't notified us that we're trespassing. Number one.
What did I just say to you?
Literally just notified you.
You're trespassed, and she goes, "We're not trespassed. You haven't notified us that we've been trespassed."
And she's those of you not watching, she's starting to count off the things on her fingers, and that was just the thumb.
What I gotta tell you,
right after you notified us we're trespassed, you did not notify that we were trespassed. Second of all, is it the third or fourth that she's like, do you know who I am?
she might be a brilliant person at the law, but maybe like the inebriation has caught up to her after this night of drinking, and she is like, she's not nailing it because she said, you didn't even tell us we were trespassed. Literally seconds after he told them exactly that.
Number one.
I don't want to
two,
arrest you guys.
You're not going to arrest us. Number two
So let's
is
leave.
that
We got to go. We got to go.
protocol
Let's
is
go. Let's
the
go.
citizen protocol is if we ask you to turn the body
I don't
cam
want
off.
to deal with this. Let's
Okay.
go.
No, I understand you don't want to deal with it, but the protocol is when you're
It's
if I ask you
It's
to
the
turn
hand.
The protocol.
But both of them are just handing him.
For me, the turn is he says, I don't want to arrest you. And then she said, you're not going to arrest us. That would have been the thing that infuriated me. Like, really, bitch?
Everybody thinks they have the cheat code. Like, you're not going to arrest us. Oh, she said it, guys. Well, all right, pack your bags up.
No,
We're
you know
outta
what?
here.
You know what I should do? I should sit here and learn more about protocol. I skipped protocol day at cop school, and thank God I have this
assistant attorney general
woman.
And by the way,
Assistant Attorney General Devin Flanagan, to be exact. Yes. What were we going to say?
Oh, turn off your body cam?
Yeah, turn off your body cam is one demand that she keeps repeating here. And they are putting their hands, like Sabrina said, out in front of them, like, you know, both hands are out like, whoa. Slow down. We are going to control what's happening. Whoa, all right?
off the body cam, you have to turn it off, and that's your protocol.
She's a lawyer, so she knows.
Okay.
Lawyer stuff, so that's not true. So we got to go. No, it is. That's law.
I'm an AG. I'm an AG.
I'm an AG.
I don't give a shit. Let's go.
He said, I don't give an S. Let's go.
See?
I'm an AG.
You know why? Because she told him that she's not getting arrested.
Yeah, Dan says the cop is being very patient with this lunatic. So far, they're being pretty chill. And I'm an AG, which is an attorney.
I don't give an F. Let's go.
Attorney General, for those of you who don't know, right? Like, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Both of them, like, there's so much arrogance on display here. Like,
they're blacked out drunk.
I'm sorry, Mr. Officer, but we will be controlling the sequence of events that follows here, okay?
We're going. Let's go. We're leaving. Please don't put your hands on us. Can you get your children out of here?
Can you get your children out of here?
What? Let's go.
Let's go. Come on. There are two full-grown women and mothers.
Oh, this nerd. I can't escort them out of here, officer. They're two full-grown women and mothers. Oh, God. Oh, All right, it's just getting heated up. It's about to get good here. So what we're going to do is that's what we'll explore for jury duty today. We'll go on a little more of a law adventure on this route here in Rhode Island with the Assistant Attorney General.
Am I going to hate these women more or less?
I think you're just going to hate the overall, like the whole, look, I'll tell you what the law is going to be. Here's who I am and here's who you are. I'm in control of the situation. We'll go a little further down this rabbit hole in jury duty. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
UCF freshman running back Tavion Swint is out indefinitely after surgery for a torn meniscus. Coach Scott Frost says Swint was hurt earlier this month. Florida will wear their 1970 throwback unis for their homecoming game against Miss State, featuring a UF monogram on the helmets. And a Spike Lee-directed docuseries on ex-NFL quarterback Colin Kaepernick has been scrapped by ESPN over creative differences. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Folks, let me tell you about an amazing, amazing company. It's a locally owned and operated company, a family owned and operated company. It's a company called Mills Air. And I think you're going to appreciate them because they strive to be honest and fair. And that's a big deal to me. And if it is to you and something happens with your AC and you want somebody to be fair with you, then you should go to Mills Air. So if you put your hand up by the AC vent, it's just not feeling as cool as it used to. Mills Air is the place that's going to be there and come to your rescue. And here's the phone number to call Mills Air, 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or you can find them online at millsair.com.
Russ Rollins here. Hey, listen, heart disease and cancer are silent killers, man. They strike without warning. This August, take control of all that. Get a proactive heart and full body scan for my friends at Life Imaging FLA. Early detection saves lives. I learned that personally because my sister went, and by the time she went, she had stage 4 cancer, and that's way too late. Early detection could have saved her life. And a lot of my friends have gone to Life Imaging FLA, gotten the
Okay.
It's a $699 value that is definitely worth it. And while you're there, ask about the full body cancer screening.
I figure out how much time I have here.
Life Imaging FLA. Pick up your cell phone. Dial pound 250. Say the words free heart scan.
By the way, Chris, very short ban for you this time. Very long ban for you next time. Okay? That's the exact type of shit. Whoop, yeeted every single time. Speaking of that, somebody has filed an unban request. Let me get it. Hey. Unban request. Oh, this is the guy that I banned yesterday from Twitch. He hasn't even been banned for 24 hours. He hasn't even been banned for 24 hours. And every time this guy pops into Twitch, he's just a dick. He's an absolute dick. He's trying to get attention or has one of the most antisocial personalities one could possibly have. So it's like arriving to a restaurant and being like, fuck you, your menus are dumb, and I hate your food, but I'm gonna sit here and do that. So he gets popped yesterday, hasn't even been 24 hours, and he sent an unban request, and he says, you can't ban somebody just because you disagree with them. That's what he says. You cannot ban somebody. What an interesting unban request. To tell me that I can't ban you to begin with. That's wild. So Xian, X-Lank, whatever that guy's name was, not going to work here anymore. He says, unban request, you cannot ban somebody just because you disagree with them. Number one, I can. And I shall and I will. And I will work all the anti-social amoebas out of the chat room and keep all the glorious, true soldiers around in chat who are awesome people. Unban request. Yes or no? Yes or no? Leave banned. Never let it back in again. That's not a request, that's a statement. True. He called 2 tickets to Pound Town a psychopath. Then I had things to do and stop paying attention. Stay banned. Have mercy. Unbanned, says Big Dog Millionaire. No. Unban and then reban. No, not worth it. Repeat offender. Sorry. You can always try again, and you might want to come at it with a better strategy. Okay? Ban affirmed. Ban held up. The people have said no. Here we go.
.org.
We all remember that one teacher who made a difference. Now's your chance to say thank you in a big way. iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher, powered by Donors Choose. Nominate an outstanding teacher in your life to be among the winners of $5,000 to stock their classroom at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
You can't be stopped with Unstoppable's laundry scent boosters because they give your clothes 24-hour nonstop freshness. So even on your longest nonstop days, you'll be confident in smelling fresh all day long. Try now for as low as $5 and smell unstoppable.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
Down the rabbit hole of this attorney general that says, do you know who I am? Do you even know I'm the AG? I'm the AG, the attorney general. That ain't going to work for you, I don't think. I mean, I think on this show we've seen Do You Know Who I Am work maybe once, but I could be wrong. So
it didn't work with the kid from Sixth Sense, tell you that.
I don't even think he said it. I think the cops knew who he was.
Oh, you're right.
He was too drunk to say it.
They
What's his name? Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment. He was just in. I saw season 2 of Wednesday. He's in that. I saw him last night.
He was in something else I recently saw him in, and I can't remember.
It was a funny show, and I also know what you're talking about, but I do not remember.
Happy Gilmore 2. He
was in Happy
Gilmore 2. Yeah.
When he was arrested, though, he's like, there is a dead person right behind you. I can tell him to go away if you let me go right now.
Well, the person I was talking about was, do you guys remember, and I hope I don't have the details of this wrong. I'm pretty good at remembering news stories. But remember the woman who I believe was the mayor, and she was
driving
on a golf cart? Yes. Yeah.
Did not work. She got in so much trouble.
It didn't work?
No,
okay, because
no.
she was like, here's my business card, and, call me, and I can help you out.
Because I know this person and that person, and we nudge each other.
Yeah,
no problem.
She basically did it like, I know you're trying to bust me right now for driving this golf cart, but I'm the mayor, and I don't know if you know who I am. And I didn't know if it worked or not, but you're saying it didn't work. But the person tried quite hard to get the whole "Do you know who I am" moment to work. And that's where we find ourselves today with these two women. They were at a bar in Rhode Island. They were partying. Things have turned. Let's continue in jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Mo would be able to tell you if some of the things they're saying to the cops aren't legit. Like, so far, one of the women said, I'm a citizen, and it is protocol. If I tell you to turn off your body cam, you have to turn off your body cam. which, again, I'm no expert on this. I don't know the law to that extent, certainly not in Rhode Island. But I feel like a citizen can't just tell a police officer to turn off a body cam.
But there's no expectation of privacy.
No, I feel like this is, and I am so blown away by how many like actual legal people who are like attorneys or assistant attorney generals who say that same stuff. Like, I'm in public. You can't film me right now. Man, this is your job.
Yeah.
You don't even know this portion of things.
It would be weird if you found out that she practices like family law or something. Like, she's like, I'm a lawyer this, I'm a lawyer that, but there's plenty of law practices that don't deal with stuff like this where you're not thinking about it all the time.
But it was confirmed she's AG or assistant AG to the AG.
Yes, she is a special assistant attorney general in Rhode Island named Devin Flanagan. She was out last Thursday night, drunk as hell, apparently, allegedly, I should say. Lest she sue me, with her friend, and they got booted out of the bar. The bar was like, do whatever you can. He said, you want us to trespass him?
He said, cuff him.
Cuff him. We'll take whatever. And so now he's trying to scoot these ladies out of here, and they keep telling the police officer what the law is. They keep telling the police officer. They're not too different than like sovereign citizens. Like, nope, turn off your body cam. No, you will not be arresting me. No, listen to me. And that's where we left this off. Let's go back in.
Sir, you're just being detained. You're just being detained.
Oh, they're cuffing her.
I'm an AG.
I'm an AG.
What are you?
What's wrong with you?
What are you probable cause to detain me for?
You're being detained because you're not leaving.
Because I'm what?
I'm sorry. Because I'm black? Did you just say
because I'm what?
Yeah, she said because I'm what? And he said, I'm detaining you because you're not leaving. And she was just trespassed, which was him telling her that she was trespassed from the location. But she's like, you can't arrest me. I'm an AG. I'm an attorney general. I'm not arrestable here.
If she wasn't so hammered, I'm guessing she's hammered. She sounds hammered.
Mm-hmm. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. If she might have found a little bit of humor in the fact that the reason that you can't go away right now is because you wouldn't go away before. You're being detained for not leaving.
Yeah, right. You had the opportunity
now
to run
you
the other
can't
direction.
leave because you wouldn't.
It blows my mind that people till this day that have all of these resources, videos like this at the very least, where they get trespassed and they're like, I'm going to stay here. Despite the business owner and law enforcement saying I'm being trespassed, I'm clearly going to stay and make this even worse. Where I know if people don't want you there, you got to leave.
Yeah,
simple as that.
It's very. Is it Randy Marsh in South Park where I'm sorry, I thought this was America. Every time. Todd McGee. I don't know him, but
that sounds like a fake ass name.
It's Bobby's cousin.
A law enforcement and security expert said there is no policy or provision that exists in the state of Rhode Island that requires police to disable body cams when making arrests. All right,
sir, she's not doing anything wrong.
I'm an AG.
She's the AG.
Well, hey, hang on a second. About that, read that again. What Todd McGee says. There's no requirement.
There is no policy nor provision exists that requires police to disable body cams when making arrests.
Well, yeah, but it's not about when making arrests. She said if the citizen requests it, that's the policy, which I still disagree with, because what if I, as a citizen, asked a police officer, I said, I am formally requesting, based on policy that I know from my extensive legal career, that you turn off that body cam right now. And he goes, bloop, and I punch him in the face.
Gotcha. Good luck, officer.
Thank God you turned off that body cam that I requested you turn off.
It was on the Uno reverse card finally works here.
Yeah.
Now even the husband's like, she's the AG, buddy. She's the AG.
She's not being arrested. Let's go.
I'm not being arrested. You're putting me in cuffs. I'm not being arrested.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No. I'm an AG.
You got a badge?
Let me tell you something. You're arrested.
Get the hell out of here. Buddy, just seriously.
Oh, the husband is just as what are you doing? What? Get the hell out of here. What who do you think you are? You people. You people have decided like I am above being arrested. I am, above the law here.
AG, let me tell you something.
Are you under arrest right now? No.
You're putting me in handcuffs and you're Mirandizing. You're not Mirandizing me.
Which one?
Relax.
He's putting her in the car. I'm the AG.
You're gonna
going to regret this. You're going to regret this. But who's really going to regret this? Who is like the next day going to go, oh.
You're going to regret it. How many?
Perfect. Yes. Attaboy, Newport police officer.
You're going to regret this. I'm an A.
You're going to regret it. How many?
See ya. All right. Now he's going to deal with the other one.
We will get the license.
Hands off me.
We will get the license.
She's getting
No. Get the license.
Get out of here.
Doing a lot of shoving over there.
Get back right now. Get detained.
No.
Wow. All you had to do was leave. You just thought that you had control of everything. You thought you were in charge. The amounts
You're
of actual
above the
privilege.
law.
Yeah, like we've got the. Don't you know? You aren't. We are the privileged ones. So we will tell you what's going on here. You dumb little cop. We will tell you what's happening. All these dumb decisions.
Yeah, cops. Yep.
All right, so he's cuffing the other lady.
It's okay.
Still from the car.
She's still trying to resist.
I'm right here.
The husband's like, I'm right here. I'm right here, baby. I'm right here.
Gonna go get your bail,
Oh my
okay?
God. You spineless worms. The absolute dweebs that are with you. If this is my partner, like, it's okay, guys, if you're with somebody to tell them that what they're doing is wrong and dumb.
Mm.
I don't know if people understand that. But if what they're doing is wrong and dumb, it's like, hey, chill. We should chill out for a second. Let's try to, make sure that we're not causing more problems than we're fixing here. Seems like this is a bad idea. He's like, I'm right here, babe. I'm right here.
Come on, babe.
No.
She got away.
Babe, I'm right here.
She get out of the cuffs?
Please, I'm scared.
I'm right here.
Maybe I went back. Did I go back on accident? Yeah, this is where he's like, babe, I'm right here. I'm right here. That might have been-
maybe it's a different cop's body cam.
Yeah, I think they switched to the other cop's body cam. Now, can we, as I wrap this up, can we look? Has she been punished? Is she in trouble? Devon, Devon. Her last name is Flanagan. Flanagan. It's quite embarrassing, the whole ordeal, and the whole I'm AG. You can't tell me what to do.
All we have is berates police. Quote, you're going to regret this. I don't have any.
Not in trouble yet? Man. That is something else. Tell us what you think of that whole display. Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. That's it for Jury Duty. When we come back, we'll get to the updates on Hurricane Aaron. What's happening? What do we need to know? Is there a storm behind it? Well, yeah, I mean, there is. So we'll talk about that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This season, Real Radio 104.1 is the Orlando radio home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hear every game here, courtesy of Renewal by Anderson, official partner of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews are on the roadways clearing up an accident, blocking the left lane on the Greenway southbound before Osceola Parkway. The off-ramps partially blocked from State Road 408 eastbound to Colonial Drive. A crash is getting cleared up there. Traffic's moving a little bit better on I-4 westbound through the city. That accident's been cleared near State Road 408. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Compassion International.
Every day, a child in poverty waits for a sponsor is another day of hopelessness. There are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Just text the word radio to 83393.
Great news, my business owning friends. That mortgage guy, Don, also does commercial and SBA loans. That's right, Small Business Administration loans. And if you have an existing SBA loan with a rate of 9% or more, you are in luck. That mortgage guy, Don, can refinance your qualified high-interest SBA loan to a low fixed rate of 8.25%. So don't leave money on the table. Let that mortgage guy, Don, help you get the money off the table and back in your business owning hands. And if you're looking to buy a business or franchise, that mortgage guy, Don, has your back and has over 50 sources for your SBA.
Courtney says that guy shouldn't be able to come back because he's stupid. You don't even remember his name, do you?
I didn't hear it.
Oh. His name is very important.
Why?
I don't know. I forgot it too. It's like it starts with an X. But he gone. Were you gone too? What are you doing?
No, I'm gonna go.
Were you just having a pool day? Is that what's going on?
I'm cleaning the pool.
From the inside?
No, I'm going outside.
Well, I know you're outside because the pool is outside. Unfucking believable. What else can I do for you?
Nothing.
You better watch it.
I beat you. You looked away first.
You didn't beat me.
I did. I just beat you.
I didn't know we were playing.
That's when you.
I didn't know it was a staring
Yeah,
contest.
I won.
You can't win if I didn't even know we were playing. Damn it. It's a loophole. She's the AG. I'm the AG. Oh my God. You know what's crazy? Some of you, real bad character trait here, okay? But I got to pick away at it, and I just got to point something out. Some of you will watch that black kid with the dreads in Jacksonville and have him demand for like the supervisor to show up and whatever and ask some questions to the cops and not like do everything that they're saying. And then when the cops in Jacksonville bust his window out and then purposely punch him right in the face, some of you will be like, he had it coming. You know, F around and find out. And play stupid games and win stupid prizes. But when you see the two blonde chicks on the street, you'll be like, well, I mean, come on. And then not a big deal. What should really happen? Or you'll root it on. Like, you know, you'll just think about it completely different. Those stories are the exact same thing. It is somebody being annoying instead of just listening to the police and following instructions. That is the core of it, right? That is the core of the story. These bitches were annoying. They are obnoxious, and I don't even use the phrase privileged that much because it's used in all the wrong ways. Obnoxious, privileged people who just thought they were above the law. And maybe they are. C-Lane's got a quote when we come back from the actual Attorney General. 2 minutes and we're coming back. Government officials are above the law now. Didn't y'all get the memo? I missed the one with the dreadlocks. It's just some young guy who pulled over and was like demanding a supervisor and like, you know, saying stuff. And he was like way more chill than these annoying drunk bitches. And they smashed out his window. He should have been following directions, but then they punched him in the face because they were annoyed by him. And in this case, it's two blondes on the street in Rhode Island. And there will be many people that just look at them totally different.
Book your adventure now at legendarycocobeach.com.
Commercial contractors. It takes a well-managed crew of professionals to keep.
She was resisting arrest. Book her. The second woman was 1,000% resisting arrest. Yes, absolutely. Both of them were so sure that they were the smartest ones and they were the ones to be listened to. And they exerted their privilege by standing in front of the police when they told them, you have been trespassed from this place. Even that is breaking the law. You've been trespassed. I don't give a damn what you are, what your job is, or if you're the Attorney General, or if you think you know the law, which hilariously these people actually didn't know the law at all. Dude in Jacksonville took another 2 to the face when he was pulled out of the van. True. He did. In this case, it would have been more warranted. In this case, I would have slightly had a higher approval rating for the pun. It's unbelievable. See, now if that dickhead that got temporarily banned would have just waited for 5 seconds to see where I was going with the story about bars and about the streets and about what days you go to the bars to blow off steam, he would have known the process that I was headed through to get to the end of the body cam journey. Thank you for being you. I love you. I appreciate you. Happy Share the Show Tuesday.
Impact windows are guaranteed for life and transferable when you sell. ReeseWindows.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good. Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
Things done, and we'll probably have to work in another grab bag segment, playing a bunch of clips that I got piled up over here, and we'll get into all that momentarily. I want to tell you the latest with Hurricane Aaron. A lot of people watching the storms out there in the Atlantic. Hurricane Aaron, it looks like things have calmed down quite a bit, so let's get this out there quickly. It's now Category 3-ish. It may have even weakened during the show. Let me just see if I can get anything really updated for you here as I blab. But Hurricane Aaron also appears to be wobbling and making that turn to the north, which would keep it off of the East Coast, which would just be fantastic. I mean, like, that's ultimately what
Congratulations, dummy.
what everybody
appears to be wobbling.
It's wobbling just like the actual Aaron. That makes sense. The latest on the storm, let's see here. Aaron developed into a Category 5 and then began weakening after that. There was a lot of shear on this storm that was kind of unbelievable to see. Hang on. I'm just trying to get you. Here we go. Just in latest, this is 13 seconds ago. Latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. We've got the storm starting to do that northern twist. And if it stays on this path, most of the models are aligned having it stay off the east coast of the United States. It will even spare the Carolinas, and you in New York will be spared by this as well. However, you heard Amy Caulfield say this on Monday if you were listening to the show, but they're warning a lot of people off the East Coast, like, don't go thinking it's party time, surf time over at the beach.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know, like, how big the waves are supposed to be, but
the swells are supposed to be significant, but it's the consistency of it. Like, it's not those big waves that you ride. It's just over and over thrashing and sucking you in.
Yeah, because essentially this storm is going to be several hundred miles off the east coast of the United States, off the east coast of Florida in particular, as a Category 2, just like churning and burning out there. So it's just launching all those waves. It's got 105-mile-an-hour winds right now. It's launching all of those at the coast. And I would imagine people who actually know what they're doing surfing probably, head in another direction and don't get out there. But I know there's a lot of people warning against the waves. This says Hurricane Aaron, a Category 2 with sustained winds 175 miles an hour. Wave forecast models show significant wave heights exceeding 50 feet.
What?
With the largest individual wave possibly topping 100 feet. That's the size of a 10-story building.
Show me that wave.
Is that, I mean, they must mean like way out there or something, because that is just unbelievable.
Yeah, like maybe swells. That's not hitting the shore.
Yeah, it says wave height is up to 30 feet now, and it's going to get up to 50 feet, and then like even some of the topped out waves at 100. Now, that doesn't mean if you stand on Palm Beach and you look out, 100-foot wave is going to, like the Humunga Cowabunga from down under. God, 3 people understand that. Are going to be hitting the beach over there.
Chastise me about my weird science reference and come at me with Humunga Cowabunga from down under.
That's an old movie, an old surfing movie. The guy was trying to catch
Endless
the wave.
Summer?
That was Humunga Cowabunga from down under. I don't even know. Humunga Why am I even searching this?
Cowabunga, definitely Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes, but this was before that. Down Under. This was old school. The Humunga Cowabunga from Down Under. It's now an attraction at Typhoon Lagoon.
There you go.
Just in
Back
case
to the
you
beach.
Back to the beach. That's it. Yeah, that's the wave the guy was trying to catch. Old Frankie Avalon, right?
And Annette Funicello.
Damn. Oh man, Frankie Avalon was never a Fred Astaire though. Frankie Avalon strived to be Fred Astaire. Never made it though. Fred Astaire was higher class, higher caliber, really, in my estimation. But that's just me. All right, let's see what we have. Watch out for those waves, though. They're going to be serious, actual big waves, and you do need to be worried about it. Wave heights on the Carolina coast are saying about 25 feet or so. It's quite bad. Is this one of the people from the Hurricane Center talking about this? Let's at least hear, since there are a lot of people listening to this in those areas.
Carolinas, the mid-Atlantic states up into even northern New England has at least a moderate or even high risk of rip currents both today and to tomorrow. And that large wave field, as Aaron's wind field expands, is
Tuesday,
going to
Wednesday.
affect almost the entire east coast of the United States with dangerous surf and rip current conditions. So please stay out of the water. Pay attention to those warning flags
There you go.
along the beaches.
All right, don't be like, I got it. I seen the Humunga Cowabunga from Down Under. I'm going to get out there and hang 10 on my big longboard, even though I've never done this before. No. Today is not your day. I don't want you to try that. You should stay away. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com, an email coming in. This from Chris, and Chris says, good day, junkies. I've been an over-the-road truck driver for 8 years now. I've noticed in the past 2 years, there has been a flood of these Indian truck drivers. Oh, he's referencing the turnpike accident that killed 3 people when this truck driver decided to just hang a U-turn in the middle of the turnpike and a car drove straight into it with 3 people dying. I've noticed in the past 2 years, there's been a flood of these Indian truck drivers. I've seen multiple accidents, including these drivers. Sometimes there'll be about 3 or 4 of them in the truck and they take turns driving. There has been a couple of times when I was a shipper or receiver and I had an Indian driver approach me and ask if I could back his truck into the dock for them. I would tell them absolutely no. You should have learned that in truck driving school. They have completely messed the trucking industry up because they will run loads for pennies on the dollar. So, for instance, if you're an owner-operator, usually the cheapest load that you'll take is $2 a mile and up. There's drivers that will take $1 or less per mile now. Also, when you go into the truck stop to the bathroom, you'll see them washing their feet in the sink. That can't be true. So, long story short, folks have become a problem in the trucking industry. So.
That sounds like something that you would, not want to see in the bathroom of a Seasons 52. But I feel like a truck stop bathroom, that's the worst thing you've ever seen there is an Indian guy washing his feet in the sink.
I think you might find Americans washing their feet in the sink there, too.
Yeah,
it's a truck stop.
Truck stops have showers.
Even though Courtney's dad is trying to make this argument to me, he's like, Sean, you don't know, because he's RV man now. He's got this big, beautiful RV. And Chuck, when he hits the streets out there, this man loves to drive. You guys probably know somebody like this in your life. I hate driving this man. It's in his bones. He loves to drive just for the fun of it. He'll drive from one side of the country to the other. And he tells me that some of these truck stops are really nice now.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad.
Some of these places are like really nice and like kind of high end.
They're probably trying to get away from the
Cafe risque of it all?
Yeah, the cafe risque or just the notion that as soon as you hit a truck stop, you're going to be surrounded by, lot lizards and crank peddlers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I haven't sounded old in a while.
Whippersnappers.
I laid down that Humunga Cowabunga from Down Under, and I think you're
No. Crank peddlers is like we're trying to one down each other.
They're smoking dope.
It's a little rough, but thank you for the email. Yeah, I mean, that whole situation was unfortunate. I don't know how common that is, but it's just, it seems like a shame to me. All right, let's work in a couple of dispatches. Oh, whenever I see this, I do worry. But we have a video dispatch from All Day Yuckers, who is...
well, his last one has been making a lot of... a lot of news around these parts.
Which one was that? What was the last one that he did?
The one where I was kissing the engineer.
That is correct. Yeah, that was a great one.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
He still talks about it when I see him now.
Does he? Well, he's right. That was a good one.
Like I'm in the bathroom, he goes, "Oh, Celeb, didn't see you there. Didn't know you're into older men. I have some friends to introduce you to."
I like you. All right, here's All Day Yuckers. This one says, the same car strikes again.
Uh-oh.
What are they going? Is this going to be the semi smashing into my studio? Or?
No. The one from the
same car.
Yeah, the one from the clip at the beginning of the show, the restaurant.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's what he's talking about. The at the beginning of the show, there were some food fans, like internet food reviewers. They were in a booth, and a car drove right through the side of the restaurant into their booth, and it says the same car strikes again. When we come back, an app that is a game changer for a lot of people out there. This one was a little lacking.
Weiler Tyler is dead.
You can notice that my mouth started to fall way off of what I was saying in the show, and then when we come back, an app that is a game changer for a lot of people out there. It kind of looked legit for a second there. Not bad. Not as good as some of the other ones.
Well, he has to do all the sound editing and stuff himself, And so the AI only goes so far.
Yeah.
If I could show you some of the stuff that I've gotten from ChatGPT today, I just had to roast ChatGPT.
Why? What'd it do? What's it doing to you?
Because I'm trying to work on some graphic design, and it has fallen off. It's like if ChatGPT were secretly run by people. You know how they used to have those illustrations where you would have this advanced machine, but there's just some guy that's overworked working all the things inside it. They just switched my very talented one for a 3-year-old.
Oh, you're getting some bad graphics.
MS Paint level trash.
Hey, that's good news for the graphic designers out there. Those folks who have been really, really pushed. Concrete Mike is talking about cops. Let's hear that out.
Happy Tuesday, News Junkie crew.
Hey.
My thoughts on these cops not being motivated to do their job. They put their lives in danger every day for $35,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I make almost three times as much money as them.
Almost three much.
Same goes to the teachers. They don't get paid crap for what they do. Maybe pay them a little bit better,
No.
I don't have tax monies for that.
No, we could pay the good ones better, always. But the idea that we should just cops don't get enough money. They put their lives in danger every day for $35,000 a year. Can you look up national average cop salary, please? Okay, I don't think it's $35,000 a year. I think it's more than that. But $35,000 a year is where you've suggested. Here's the line. I'm telling you that it is the job of law enforcement, first and foremost, to keep the people of every community safe. So when I see places where it's like, damn, in D.C., they are keeping people safer, I go, why didn't they do that before? All right, that's what I say. And I don't if they do it, if they had a crackdown on crime and started arresting here's a theory I have on this, and you might think I'm totally stupid and wrong, but I think every single city is made worse by less than a couple hundred people. Okay, a couple hundred people who are the problematic ones who are ruining all of these cities. They are the ones who habitually participate in the most crime. They're the ones who go into the stores and steal everything so that everything has to be locked up behind these little glass walls. They're the ones who are responsible for all the bad behavior that we then change and morph society around so that everything's dystopian for the rest of us for these few hundred people. And if the cops can go out like they did in D.C., arrest these few hundred people, and put them behind bars. And if they get out and do it again, keep them behind bars for longer each time. If they can do that and improve these communities, then we can talk about a bonus or something. But just flat out what do you expect them to do? They don't. The person at McDonald's doesn't make $1 billion a year, but I still expect them to do their job. They've accepted the position. I expect them to do it. I don't get 3 burgers that are halfway made and a bunch of spit on everything and pay them more. Pay them more and everything will be fine.
A police officer just reached out to me and said, I'm paid pretty well, actually. I'd accept more, but it's good.
Better than $35,000, I would guess.
$77,000.
Is that what that's what they said median? For average? The median?
National average. somewhere around there.
Yeah, so he's off by a bit. But thanks for humble bragging how much you make, sir. We appreciate that, Concrete Mike. One more real quick. Here's AJ Soup with a video dispatch.
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
So my husband and I went on vacation to Chicago, and I just wanted to share with you how we shared the show on our vacation.
Yes.
We did a lot of walking around the city and left a couple of friends behind as we went. Then we found this really awesome dive bar on State Street,
Rossi's.
whose inside decor was thousands.
Whoa, I love a place like this. Yeah. I love a place with like all this stuff on the walls that looks like it's been there for a while. Honestly,
shenanigans.
We had a couple of places like this locally where they decided to clean it up and take all like the stuff, like the seasoning off the bar. And I don't always like that so much. One of them I think might have improved overall, and one of them probably improved overall. But the one downtown where they took all the stuff off the wall, which one was that?
Ibar?
It was Ibar. I think you're right. I think it was Ibar.
Bar?
Barbecue bar had like all this stuff like this lived in stuff for the bar, and they took it all off. And I like these places.
Thousands and thousands of stickers plastered all over the walls. We sat down, we had some JMO with Sabrina, and we made sure to leave our mark right on the front door as we were leaving.
Nice. Love it. Thank you. Also, who puts this much effort? She did an actual edit and stuff to her video dispatch. Thank you so much. You are an angel. And I appreciate the efforts put in. One would give you a star, AJ Soup, but you already have one. Last one for now. Here is Simply Jeremy talking about the cops report card stuff.
Hello, everyone. Simply Jeremy here.
Oh, boy.
Not sure if you know, Sean, but there's a growing trend or fad or whatever you want to call it to take your car, pull up to a store, the radio blaring of rap music.
Yeah.
You leave the car running, and you go in the store. I can't understand it.
I've never seen this.
It is a thing now. It is literally a thing. And I don't know why people do it. It's just weird.
He's saying that people pull up to the store, your music is absolutely blaring, you leave all of your car open with the music still blaring, go into the store, and then no one steals your car? Is that what he's getting at? I mean, I haven't seen that play out.
If someone tries to steal your car, you are made more aware than if it was in complete silence and the windows were up. Maybe that's the tactic.
You're drawing a lot of attention to your car for sure. But if you've seen that, well, let us know. Jump in on the dispatch front. Okay, quick break. When we come back, some drama in Washington. We'll talk about what's happening there. We got to get to this Southwest pilot that has popped up on the radar this week because of, well, maybe I had a couple of beers, okay? And there's some body cam footage of him, so we'll peek that too. Good time to watch the show. Jump on over at thenewsjunkie.com, and that is coming up next on The News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 westbound just past that Sand Lake Road exit there. There's a crash on the Greenway southbound before that Osceola Parkway exit, slowing down traffic. You're going to run into some familiar delays on I-4. Traffic's piling up through that amusement park area, so travel with caution this afternoon. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rasmussen University.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
Streaming live only on Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances. And keep listening for the next chance to win your way there.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Eustace Roofing. Look, hurricane season is here. Is your roof ready? If not, schedule your new roof replacement right now and receive 15% off during their end of summer sale. Look, this Florida weather is not going to wait. Why should you? Take advantage of Eustace Roofing's end of summer 15% off sale. Eustace Roofing covers all of Central Florida and they've been in business for 65 years. To get your free estimate today, just visit eustaceroofing.com. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. It's Eustace Roofing.
Your cruise is booked, but why rush to the port when you can start your vacation early? The legendary Cocoa Beach is your ultimate pre-cruise paradise, just minutes from Port Canaveral. Stretch out on sandy shores, surf some waves, or kayak with dolphins before you set sail. Need a hotel? Cocoa Beach has plenty, plus shuttle packages to get you to the ship on time. Why wait for the ship to start having fun? Book your adventure now at legendarycocobeach.com.
Hey guys, Russ Rollins here. Lose weight, gain muscle, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. If you've noticed a lack in energy lately, how about brain fog, trouble in the bedroom? Well, you probably have low T. It's more common than you think, and it is treatable. Truth is, men today have 20% lower testosterone than even our dads had. Ugh, yeah, man. Hey, but there's a solution to it. You'll find it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. They offer full-strength testosterone as an injection or a tablet, and we're not talking about supplements here. No, we're talking about prescription-only testosterone because no supplement can match the boost you get from actual testosterone. It'll give you more energy, greater focus, better sleep, and lean muscle mass, and you're also going to have a better sex drive. It is a game changer. Book your free video consultation with one of their licensed doctors today and regain your energy, your strength, your vitality. For a limited time, they're even going to waive their startup fee. So go to redmountainweightloss.com. That's redmountainweightloss.com. Red Mountain Weight Loss. Real testosterone, real doctors, and real results.
Daytona Beverages and Bud Light celebrate our local heroes. We continue to meet sacrifice with hope for America's first responders and military families with our Folds of Honor Local Heroes Challenge. A portion of proceeds from every Bud and Bud Light sold this summer will be donated locally to Folds of Honor to fund scholarships for military and first responder families. Look for festive Bud and Bud Light summer displays at your favorite retailers. Purchase Bud or Bud Light and raise one for our heroes this summer. Daytona Beverages is locally owned and operated out of Volusia County.
Now this is how you end a summer. Under the lights, surrounded by history.
Hey everybody! Did you like the stream? Want to share the show Tuesday? If you haven't, would you mind doing that? I would appreciate it. It's quite helpful. And it doesn't take a lot of effort for you to do. So if you could just, on your computer or whatever, just hit that like button. You can even do it on YouTube TV. Just scroll down on your remote, hit that little like button. Very helpful. Thank you. All right, we got this Southwest pilot who got arrested for being boozed up whilst in the cockpit. And I've got the interaction with him. We'll watch that next. It's kind of interesting, and there's some interesting laws around that too. Cabo, go Birds. I've been told I have a long hog. What do I even do with that? Can I get a Skin Bear sticker if I do? If you like the stream and then ask me again. Sharkbait says, I would rate it better if you actually said hello in Discord today. Still a solid 8 out of 10. Sharkbait. I'm just going to put this out there. My office computer is the worst of all of my computers. I have many. My office computer is the worst of all my computers. My mouse has died, and I've had so many other things I haven't fixed that. That's the computer that I usually use to say hi on Discord. But I will fix that problem. I will remedy that issue. I subscribed last week, but all the stickers are out. No, they're if you gift a sub, hit the gift icon on the newsjunkie.com. You can still claim the stickers. There's still a bunch of them left. All right, we're coming back.
but you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
There's a vile sickness in Abbottstown. You must excise it. Dig into the deep earth and cut it out.
From iHeart Podcasts and Grim and Mild from Aaron Mahnke, this is Havoc-Town, a new fiction podcast set in the Bridgewater audio universe. Listen to Havoc-Town on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Havoc-Town and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to the news.
Commercial pilot and drinking. I imagine they're worse, right? Like if you can drive a car on the streets, and in most states, not in all states, in most states, if you're driving, you can have up to a 0.08, I think is what they give you, is your wiggle room if you're taking some sort of breathalyzer. But I think if you have a CDL, there's a higher standard. And you're allowed to have even less on your blood alcohol.
Correct.
And,
even if you are just driving your normal car. If you possess a CDL, your blood alcohol limit is lower than 0.08.
I believe the same with pilots. Like, there are some prescription medications you can't be on if you're a pilot.
Yeah. If you're a pilot, there are like medical issues that if you have them, you're not even allowed to be a commercial pilot.
Right.
Like, it's a major, major issue. And this pilot,
I don't know if you can be a pilot if you're colorblind.
Is that true?
Or maybe I heard that in a movie once.
Damn, Sean, hardest hit. I'm colorblind. I am. I wouldn't be able to do that. But I mean, there's other reasons too, but that's one.
I've told you before that the general rule of thumb, like some airlines adopt rules that have like a 12 hours since your last drink rule. Mm-hmm. But the one that always like gets taught at airline school, or the general rule of thumb from the FAA, is 8 hours from bottle to throttle.
8 hours from bottle to throttle. And if you were drinking pretty heavily, isn't 8 hours? That's not enough, really. 8
Not
hours.
really. That's why some of the airlines say, like, all right, let's do 12 here.
Yeah, be more careful. Well, this is a body cam footage that was released this week that's going viral of a Southwest pilot, and they called his ass out. TSA called him out, which is good to hear that they do that. And then the staff on board the Southwest flight called him out. They said, call the cops. Let's get him out here. And they did.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you? You doing okay? Yeah, fine. When's the last time you had something to drink? Last night. About how many hours ago? Like 10 hours ago, at least. How many drinks did you have? A few beers, sir.
So it looks like it might be 6 a.m., possibly, when this conversation is going on.
Mm-hmm.
He said 10 hours ago. That would have been the previous night at 8 o'clock.
Of it.
Wait, am I doing that right? Previous night at 8 o'clock? Yeah, right? Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Yeah, so it would have been the previous night at 8 o'clock is
I
what
did
he's
that
saying.
on my fingies for the people, you know.
Can I see sidebar here? Sidebar. Can I see something from you, C-Line? Because I had a theory that I was working out the other day.
What do you want?
Can you count to 5 on one hand? Let me see, if you don't mind.
Can I count to 5 on one hand?
Yeah. If you take your hand and count to 5, you understand what I'm saying? You understand what I mean?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Ooh, okay.
You're just going to see if you started with the thumb or not.
Yeah. I
never start with the thumb.
I don't know what the breakdown is on that, but I always start. 1 is your thumb, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's how you count out the digits on your hand. Courtney skips the thumb like you do and does. I thought it was a men versus women thing.
However, are your ears connected to your face or your hanging lobe?
Not sure. I don't know. Am I a hanger? I think I'm a hanger, right?
Yeah, you're a hanger.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Now
maybe that's the thing.
We're learning stuff about each other here today.
You asked me to hold up my hand and count, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You used your thumb last, yeah.
When I just counted just now, I was counting out on the desk, and I did thumb first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so
you're ambidextrous in this world. You switch it up. I'm sorry, back to the pilot. Excuse me for the distraction. Just something I was trying to work out.
Define a few beers.
Define a few beers.
Define a few beers. Like 3. Okay. Yeah. What'd you drink? Light beer. Miller Lite. Miller Lite? Yeah. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Who were you with? My AFO. Okay. Yep. Would you be willing to provide field sobriety with me right now? No. Why not? There's no need. Well, I can smell an odor consistent with an alcoholic beverage. Oh, sorry.
Oh, he dropped something. He pulled something out of his mouth.
I thought it was gum.
Excuse
maybe.
it. Yeah, maybe. Well, hold on. He says, Sneeze, he said.
What is that? Rose. Do you have any fresh ones that haven't been in your mouth? Yeah. Right in my bag.
So he's blaming it on something that he had in his mouth, I guess. But if you're a pilot and they call you out and they say, like, we want you to do the test, and this guy said no. He said, no, I don't want to do the test. Like, I won't do either like a breath test or a blood test.
No, they said field sobriety. They wanted him to walk the line.
Well, he's doing that here, though, but he did refuse. He said no first. Yeah. He said no. If you refuse to do the roadside test as a person driving a car, I believe you automatically forfeit your license.
Yes,
correct.
Suspended for a year.
License suspended for a year, just right off the jump if you turn that down. If you're a pilot, is that like it? Sayonara? No more. Like, you can't be a pilot anymore if you refuse the test, and then it doesn't come back positive for you, but you still, I would imagine there must be some big thing like that. We could try to look this up, but yeah, he takes the test, and they end up bringing him out. It's crazy because he does the visual test and he does like the walking. He's counting. He's holding his leg up.
You have your right. You said no. So based off that alone and based off the field sobriety that you...
Even if I gave you blood, then nothing would change.
Okay.
Right?
That is your willful choice that you were willing to make, but based off the calls that we received stating that people down in TSA could smell what smelled like alcohol coming off of your breath.
Damn, buddy.
Trained. I am trained in odor and alcohol impairment.
That's fine. I mean, nothing's going to change your mind.
Just for the record, I wonder how that part works when they say, like he says, I am trained in odor and alcohol. How does that happen? Is there a cop class where they have people? Didn't you drink for a cops one time?
I did the
Sabrina?
cop class. I was the the subject of the training, but that was for all the field sobriety. Nothing to do with
smelling.
No.
So they never had you come over and be like, okay, what is the scent of a person who's had a couple of beers or somebody who's freshly had one?
Maybe things are different when it comes to aviation. I can imagine, despite the delay, that entire plane is fussing about at this point.
Yeah.
Would you rather have this half-buzzed pilot man you over to your next destination?
Give me the drunk pilot. The hippie Woe Vicky says, yeah, refusal is automatic suspension / failure in the airlines. As you would imagine. 8 hours bottle to throttle per the FAA, and some airlines are more strict with 10 hours. I think that's what in line with what Celine was saying.
He also said 10 hours because that might have been his airline's rule. He might have just automatically went to 10 hours to perhaps preserve his job.
Yeah. Like, how long has it been since you had a drink? Well, I'll tell you. Just happens to be that it was 10 hours ago. This was a Southwest pilot, David Alsop, 52 years old, taken into custody by the police a little later on for failing his sobriety test, they said, even though he denied drinking. Southwest said he was removed from duty. See you later, sayonara. That is that. All right, when we come back, we'll do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I mean, Ferrari was always my first love because of Tom Selleck. My next-door neighbor in Green Bay had that Ferrari.
That
and let me lay on it and take a photo.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Where's that?
How old were you? I was like 14.
Okay.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Tuesday, we're going to be expecting a more typical day temperature-wise, a high of around 93 degrees in Orlando. We'll also see lower chances of showers and storms. Still about a 30 to 40% chance, but these will stay very isolated with heavy downpours still expected along with some lightning and thunder. We'll hold on to about a 40% chance into our Wednesday before rainstorm chances pick up towards the end of this week. High staying seasonable, though, in the low 90s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Squeak.
Folks, the finish line is upon us.
Go solar and save money. If you've been thinking about that, if you've been thinking about upgrading to a
The finish line is upon us, baby.
Generate your own power, you store your own power.
Now, it's time for you to rate the show. Rate the show. Out of 10. How well did we do today? 10 out of 10 is magnifique, great performance. 1 out of 10 is like, God, really, just not great. 8.8, a big fat 8. Twitch being generous off the bat. 9 out of 10 Miller Lights. Twitch, there's a reason why I like you. There's a reason why I like Twitch. Generous, nice, maybe too generous. I have not been able to chat, but I've been listening. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Thank you. 8.1. 8.75. Big digits, the German judge with a 6.4. A 1.
Or find them online at solarinstallersoflorida.com.
9.97, you played my dispatch. Thank you for the extra work you put into that. That was awesome. 9. Peachy says 10. You left that 0 out before. Really thought we let you down. Blew a .39 once in a breathalyzer? No. .39? That's like 8 times the legal limit, isn't it? .39? Damn. I had fun, 7.5. All right. 7.8. Excelente. Excelente. 10. You can't rate a great show like this? Yes, says John. Sigma show today? Sigma numbers we're putting up? All right, who's our chatter of the day? Amongst you, there must be one great winner, and that person will be forever remembered as being the chatter of the day today. I see some names that I thought did a great job. Thank you, Peachy. Appreciate you. Obi-Wan. Toad. Now, Toad recommendation. Toad. Do I remember any Toad comments today? I don't know if I do. Toad? They're toading it up. All right, fine. Toad, congratulations. Toad on Twitch. They said it couldn't be done. They said you couldn't do it. More specifically, they said you suck and you can't get this done. But you proved them wrong. Ribbit, sir. Ribbit indeed. Congratulations. Wait, do toads ribbit? Or is that like an exclusive frog thing? I really worked in that Fred Astaire comment earlier. I worked in that Fred Astaire comment where I was like, he's no Fred Astaire, he's no Fred. No one cares. No one cares at all. I worked in that solely so I could end on this song. And it's not a Fred Astaire song. It's not by Fred Astaire. I did all of that just so I could end on this song that only I like. I'm being selfish today. I'm playing the song. right, folks, bless your soul. Thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Subscribe, like, all that. Thank you.
Perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With the iHeartRadio app, your favorite radio station fits right in your pocket. Live shows, news, sports, exclusive music channels, and voices that don't just go viral. They're the voices of your local community. Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
DQ presents the DQ Chicken Strip Basket. Just $7.49 for a limited time. 4 white meat seasoned chicken strips served with fries, Texas toast, and DQ signature country gravy. For crunch time, get the DQ Chicken Strip Basket delivered in the DQ app. Happy tastes good at participating locations.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
That didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. And now's the time to do it. I just wanted to thank you for hanging out with us today. Honest to God. I wanted to thank you for being with us on this journey in the world's most viral newsroom. And without you, we wouldn't be able to do this as a job. So honest to God, thank you for being here. Tell your friends about the radio station. Tell them about the podcast. Tell them about the live stream. Take a moment like the stream. Follow us all on social media, thenewsjunkie.com/share. Thenewsjunkie.com/share. All right, here we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's do the final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play.
No. We have plenty of time today. Real quick. Copious. Yeah,
Go ahead. To get rid of some of that time. I got a couple answers from what we were talking about earlier. Radio Michael 7 chimed in about the legal limit for pilots, which he says is .04. I found that to be, I thought it would be like less.
Yeah.
I assume 0.
Yeah, I would assume that too, but it's .02 for CDL holders. So if you drive a truck, a pilot can be just a little drunker than you are. They must provide a blood sample if suspected. It's stupid for him because pilots are allowed to call in sick if they've had too much to drink or over the limit. Once you intend to fly, which this person did, you're subject to sobriety tests. If you refuse, you lose. You get the boot. However, if you take the test and fail, the FAA and airlines give you a chance to keep your job by putting you in a program for substance abuse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. They have like some kind of like last chance of fare for you. All right. Let's see here. What do we got on the way out? Our final dispatches. Here's Mindset talking about truck stop behavior. Mindset definitely knows. This guy's out there doing it. Here he goes.
John, bring us delay.
Oh, man.
That driver earlier was lying about the Indian guys in the truck stop.
I'll give it to you. He says, that guy wasn't lying about the Indian guys in the truck stop. Mindset, send us a video dispatch next time so it'll come back.
How did he hook the truck radio into his phone to make the dispatch?
He says, I walked in from traveling to Washington, in Washington State. People have come in, and I've had to kick them out of the truck. I've also witnessed 5 and 6 of them getting out of the truck. He's talking about the Indian truck drivers. It's also really, really nice. Love traveling, he says. Oh, he's talking about just being a truck driver to begin with. Thank you, Mindset. Appreciate you. I'm always following you on social. That guy lives his life.
Good stuff. Good
lives
stuff.
His life to the fullest. I like
Hell
him.
yes.
Here's DJ Roxy Fox.
This has nothing to do with the show, but I am putting my dad on blast because I told him that I'm coming out as trans, and he told me to go F myself. Well, guess what, Jeff Price? F yourself, too. I love you, but, if you ain't going to support me, have fun living a grumpy, lonely life with my age wife. Enjoy! Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Sorry for bringing down the vibes, everybody. Also, everybody lost the game.
All right, thank you. There you go. Appreciate the dispatch.
Everybody lost the game.
Yeah, I don't know. These are the things we would lose if we only do one dispatch. You know what I mean? Like, this wouldn't have made the air. Let's do one last one. Here's Cosmic Lunch Meats.
Hey there, junkies. How is everything? Hope you're all very, very well. I'm just curious about the whole report card from the police officers thing. is it okay for us to leave one on their cars? Like, hey, man, there was like
Dare
3
you.
break-ins here. You get a C-, that kind of thing. I don't know. Like, seems kind of one-sided to me. You know, like the class nerd giving you a report card. Stupid. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, thank you, Cosmic Lunch Meat. Yeah, that seems like one of those things where if you said, Mr. Officer, I have a report card for you, like, I don't think it would go over great. I think they might be upset about that. Some trouble at the FBI. Dan Bongino, director of the FBI, has just learned he's now co-director of the FBI. They hired somebody else. It says Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, and FBI Director Kash Patel have appointed Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey to serve as co-deputy director alongside Dan Bongino. So, like, he's got a buddy now. You two are going to do this. I guess that's how it's working for them.
You guys are going to do the job together.
It's like a co-manager with Michael Scott over at the office, if you will.
Speaking of AGs, the actual Attorney General of Rhode Island on that woman who was drunk, said she put me in a bad position. She's embarrassed herself. She's humiliated herself. Ooh. She treated the Newport Police Department horribly. I will tell you, in the end, there will be a suspension without pay here, so she's not going to continue, to go on as if nothing happened in terms of salary and that kind of thing. So it'll be a strong sanction here. He was being interviewed.
I mean, that's better than I thought. That sounds.
It sounds like her claim that the cop is going to regret this is probably false.
Opposite.
Yeah, it seems that way. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. Today I Learned this band right here.
Look into my eyes and it's
Tenacious D. That's right, Tenacious D. When Ronnie James... Dio. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Ronnie James Dio came to record his part of Tenacious D's Kickapoo. He brought his own microphone with him. The producer told Dio that he wouldn't need it as their mic was top of the line. On his first take, Dio effectively destroyed the studio's microphone, so they had to use his. What a dick, man, which is what he wanted to begin with. Today I Learned the $2 bill is still being printed and circulated to this day. The reason it feels rare is because so many people believe it's rare and end up hoarding it, which keeps it out of circulation. You always got that guy who's like, I tip $2 bills. It's like a personality
I had
trait.
a regular that tipped him all the time.
And that's why I guess they still make them. They're still out there. I awkwardly worked in Fred Astaire into the show just so I could end on this song.
You maniac. You absolute tool.
Nobody's ever going to know this song.
You can call it
Nobody's going to know
Fred Astaire.
The band, but Fred Astaire is correct. Fred Astaire, the performer, singer, celebrity, took up skateboarding at 77 years old. He was awarded a lifetime membership of the National Skateboard Society. Congratulations, sir. I just wanted to end on Lucky Boy's confusion because boy, had it been
the
a
other
long
kids in the
time.
society need a ride or something?
Maybe.
Needed to buy beer?
Thank you so much. We appreciate you hanging out with us.